Alrighty, welcome to Nycos D&D, the I-9 COVID-19 incursion episode of Dawn Guard. Today's titled Forged by Fur. Now let that
Forged.
sink in for a little bit as we start our conversation today with our players. I'm going to ask Jacob and then Jean to introduce themselves, followed by Cord.
My character's name is Jackson, a and I'm a fighter, and that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jean? I'm sorry, yeah, Jean? Jean?
Just a second, she's coming to get the phone.
Oh, no worries. Sorry. Sorry about that. That was perfectly timed. We get started right when everybody else had other things to do. I'm sorry.
Except for me.
Yeah. You're the exception to the rule this time. Does it make you feel good, Jacob? Yay!
Yeah.
Mary, Elwyn, Guardian of Life, Cleric of Nycos.
Alrighty, we'll get to Cord in a few minutes.
Godhead. That's what I am. I'm the Godhead.
Ah. That's your total title now, huh?
No, it's like a beefhead, like someone who really works out at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's a Godhead because I'm
Working out to be God.
also that's what they call it in like older texts or whatever. It's a Godhead.
Yeah, it's
I don't know.
Usually it's referring to the principal deity in a pantheon.
Even better. I am Lord Cord Torg Campbell Brobding Nag Goliath Fighter, level 19.
Excellent. All right, our story so far. We are in the hold of the king of the Frost
No.
and Fire Giants.
We are at the crash site of the Hammer in Hammerfall. Mary
And
has just raised this massive chunk
the
of
tier
meteorite.
of Magora or something like that. The
And-
tier, great big blue stone.
Oh yeah,
Huge.
the Tear of Magara. Yeah, I remember. Okay.
And
Yep.
we're trying to figure out how we can move it over to the giants. And I have
Well, you broke off a piece, right? So you have a separate piece of the tier, right?
we have we
Us.
have a bunch of pieces. But that isn't enough. I mean, I really like to get more of it somewhere. And so I thought one of two ways. Open up a dimensional space and put it in. Like, swallow it in a dimensional space and then tow it behind the skiff and pay them a lot to take us all the way over to the giants. And or find a way to float it, making it negative buoyancy.
Well,
So then
didn't we say that it's like bigger than a house?
you said it's as big as a football stadium. It's
Yeah,
300
yeah. I was
yards
saying,
long.
it's monstrous. So
Okay.
the concept of creating a dimensional space, you would be talking about something on the order of a black hole. I mean, the power requirement for something like that would be insane. I mean, look at how rare bags of holding are. To have a bag of holding big enough for this thing, I mean, you're talking about even more massive than a portable hole. By factors of many zeros, many tens of
What
zeros.
do we figure its weight is?
Hard to measure since displacement is not a measure of weight. The thing can float on water.
Yeah, and I find that strange because it's also heavy at the same time. What kind of
Had a water repellent spell on it.
After a fashion.
Okay. I'm trying to do three things at once. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
No problem. That's right. This is Nycos, so it's where that kind of thing can happen, right?
The other thing I can do is try to convince Vex to help me. So that's what she's going to try to do is commune with Vex.
So now she's going to try to talk to magic itself. It's happened before.
Well, yeah, we've talked it into a consolidated form, but maybe I can draw enough together to get an intelligent response. Or would enough gather and maybe they know the answer to this conundrum.
Well, let's see. What is in the local area? What peoples have you or creatures have you run into recently?
Goblins. This goblins is the only one we know in this area. We haven't been anywhere else.
Oh, you're not the group that talked to Archer?
N- no,
Okay, just making
that was Valera and her
Okay.
group.
okay. Just making
She
sure
took-
making sure that you hadn't run into any other beings in this area. I know
Yeah,
it's been a bit of a crossover zone since it's so close to
the
Selk and all
the
of that.
the skiff stayed here, right? While we did this.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't even recall how did we get the Eldrin
My
involved?
skiff.
I know
We-
how did we get the Eldrin involved? What did you have to
Oh,
offer them?
well, they were there in town, and we negotiated with the harbor master to take, and he said we could get try hire a skiff to take us down there.
Yes, and once you unearth this object, the Eldrin offer a much simpler answer, and that is that they will take ownership of it and then provide you access to it.
Wrong.
Wait a moment. So long I can get a staff, maybe a sword for Jacob, and what you need for your weapon.
No,
And-
you didn't hear Cord. Cord said no.
Oh,
Wrong.
He said wrong.
cord. If we
What?
have access to it, don't step on the keyboard, cat. And be careful of the mouse. I don't want to lose anything.
Wow.
What is
so,
though?
so you're telling a cat not to chase a mouse? Okay, I see how this is going.
Well, he came right up to and
Yeah.
was trying to sit on my mouse pad.
Syllogism, not syllogy.
Pretty kitty. Oh, I know what he wants. I have to go put food near a thing, but I can do it and talk at the same time. Okay. Cord, we have no way of moving it. Now that it is unearthed and revealed, I don't want it falling in the wrong hands. So she looks at the elder. We will allow
They are Primus. Yes.
Primus. Will allow you to take possession of it and keep it safe. But yes,
Wrong.
Cord, how are you going to move it?
With the strength of my own right arm.
Cord, be realistic. Look at that thing. We hauled it
I'll
up.
take a chunk of it home with me.
Oh, that's fine. You can go break off a chunk of it right now. Get enough for maybe Jacob, myself.
Why should we give it to these Primus? They provided transportation. You did the lifting, Mary. If anything, you should own the stone.
I have no place to put it. I have no place.
The
way
elves
of
say
ta-
the elves say that the Eldrin would say that makes perfect sense. So we propose that we call this the Tears of Miri.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, let's let them move it to someplace.
Oh, we're not
safe
moving
and-
it. We'll bring in one of the remaining kites, and we will lay claim to the land.
Incorrect.
The Hammerfall has been pretty much abandoned. Otherwise, you'd already have 1,000 goblins on you. The fact that they're not coming out of their warrens suggests that their numbers must have been depleted to insignificance in the area.
I have a strong suspicion that they are in the far north in terms of hundreds of thousands.
Well, there haven't been any here in real numbers in about 7 months. Remember.
Yes, I understand, but listen to me. We have had an incursion in the north, a breakthrough from another.
Do tell. This is the first
Yes.
time. This is the first time you're telling the Eldrin this. Remember.
Yeah, it's the first time I'm telling the Eldrin this. We met a goblin by the name of
Okay.
Atherton.
Cord, you're aware this is the first time she's telling them, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I just make sure everybody's on board with this conversation. I don't want anybody being upset when Because
One.
this is revealing information here.
Okay.
So
we went up.
so Miriam knows of the incursion because you went searching for them, found them after
All
building
right.
the road of cord, right?
Yeah,
The Cordwood Road.
yeah, up in the north, just about. Came to the base of the Dragon Maw Pass,
Dragonbane Pass, yeah.
Dragon Bane Pass.
Right.
Okay, we met somebody uh, who wanted to charm us. And listen, there is a danger. Whatever they're doing by playing music actually affects elves too and charms them.
Well, it probably won't affect us. We're pretty
Uh,
efficient at protecting ourselves, but she kind of
I'm telling you,
they pat you on the back of the hand. No, it's clear that they're being patronizing. They think you're
Mary, I don't think we should bother wasting words with these people. If
no,
I have a say in this,
I
the land
swear,
incursion will stop before
I
they even get this
swear
far
on
south.
my God
okay.
that
So
what I say is true.
we will take that under advisement. We will definitely steer clear or figure out a way to protect ourselves from it. It sounds
We
like.
found towns enthralled by them.
Oh wow.
Mary, they're like hundreds of miles north of here.
Yeah, and
Closer to 2,000 miles from here.
yeah,
But the Eldrin travel the mountain range. Remember, they go all the way up and down the Aryan Mountains. So
and they're beyond the
Hmm.
Dragon Maw stretching to the north.
Dragonbane.
Dragon Bane. Well, she didn't know its exact name because she'd never been up into there to hear
Right.
the name.
Right. I understand. I'm just clarifying.
She knew it was Dragon something Pass.
Yep. Dragonbone Pass. Yep.
Dragon Bone Pass.
Right.
Um,
And there was a skull up there that was open. That was the cave, and so that's
Yeah.
where you got the idea of Dragon's Maw.
there was a mammoth dragon skull up there that was embedded in the mountain and its mouth was open.
All
I
right.
couldn't see into it from where I was, but they tried to take us, and it took every ounce of my ability to not get charmed by him. But that they weren't playing the music to begin with.
Mhm.
They started it after, and then we just moved out of range.
Mary.
Yes, Cord.
It's gonna be okay.
A word of caution, please, for the sake of all of you. A word of caution.
Sure. So we will therefore. What name should we give to? We will honor you guys further by allowing you to name the Eldrin settlement that will come to be here.
I don't think you understand.
We will hold an elven name for it as well, but we would like
Okay,
to
you know
honor
what?
you.
No. My army is super far from here. I can't stop you. Fine. Go ahead. Sure. Elven settlement.
Cord, you're not
Mary,
losing access to it. You're not losing access to
I'm
it.
using control over it.
You can't control it, sir.
I just realized
Control
that, Mary.
means able.
So yes, go ahead and name it, Mary.
In Elven, she tries to think of something.
Oh, don't think about an elven name. Just think of what you would call it.
New Elwindale.
No.
Better Elwindale.
Elven has
Soup.
many meaning. One is elf friend, but the other one is heart.
Soup pot. Soup rock. Super. Soup town.
She laughs. Cord,
Beef.
give me a break. I can't even think when you pop those words out.
Well, no, we could call it gazpacho. It's
How about
far from the forges of your
Big
north.
Rock?
Why
Big
not name
Rockington.
it after the rock?
Well, we named the rock the Mary's tears. So
Okay. No, you come up with a name for your place, and I will be honored by the name you give it. And
Okay.
this will be
in honor of his lordship, Cord of Cord, we will call it Brobdington.
Brobdington. Great. Brob.
Give it. What will its elven name be?
Hmm? Oh,
What
it'll take us time because we have to plant the tree and sing the song of the forest and things like that before it'll name itself.
Mm,
would oaks grow down here?
Of course, oaks will grow anywhere when you have enough
There
magic.
is a tree outside of Elwindale, a great golden oak. It's a beautiful tree.
Yes, it's the descendant of one of the ancient trees.
That was.
so
Oh, she looks at
do
him.
you have?
That was my favorite tree.
Hmm.
That was my place of refuge. If you could get some of those acorns, that will be, I guess, the biggest honor you can pay me.
Well, we'll consider that once we get the tree. Once we actually bring in a kite and land it here and begin the process of civilizing this realm.
Thank you. Um, May this relationship, this
All right.
coming together, be good for
Um,
all.
Elvish people, you two. Do you know how to take a chunk of that rock off? I struck it with my hammer and a chisel, and nothing happened.
Mm. Well, we would bring in some spell singers, maybe some crystal singers, and see if we could divide the stone. Uh, Obviously, um, there'd be ways to do so. Perhaps your weapon just isn't powerful enough. Ha ha.
Why I'm here, buddy. It's why I'm here.
Okay, so um,
Does it have a known melting point?
no, but we could certainly try that angle.
Miri?
I was just wondering. Okay, she puts her hand down in the ground, and she hunkers down and puts her hand on the ground and just calls on the Vex because that's a magical object, and she's wondering if magic can take care of that. So she's framing in her mind, cutting off a slice of it, you know, about 10 cubic feet.
10 cubic feet.
Feet.
Hmm.
It could be a slice, but it has about those
1,200 cubic
dimensions.
inches.
You could
No,
try
it would be
chipping
more
off
than
a.
that. If it's in inches, 10 feet is 120 by 120 by 100 and oh, it's 120 by 120 by
120. That's a cube.
well 12. No, by 12 because it's 10 cubic feet, not 10 cubic yards. Um,
No, yards is 336, not 12.
120.
So it's
So it would
120
be
cubed is what it would be. So it's
120.
144 times 12.
Oh, that's much larger than I thought.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. 10 cubic
Yeah,
feet
I'm not
is
thinking. Yeah, what she's thinking of.
a cubic foot of the stuff is 12 inches by 12 inches by 12
Okay,
inches.
something. So it would be 10 cubic feet.
Well,
Now
about
let's
just
make it 20 cubic feet. If they could get 20 cubic feet, and she's talking to them, uh, something that we can make weapons out of. And she keeps on calling it.
Well,
try like a.
let me go open my other book.
And
You
she'll
got this,
will
Mary.
extend such power as she can because she's thinking like, something to just almost like that monomolecular blade. She's afraid to use it on the rock. It's supposed to cleave everything, but I'm afraid the rock might prove tougher than the blade. She could try, but anyway, that's what she's trying. And if I have
Just
to
a second.
push
I'm
it.
working on it. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Just give me a few seconds here.
Okay.
Um. Uh. There's not really much I can do here.
Sorry, Corey. Actually, this is not Well, it might take some time to gather enough force, but she'll push it up to a ninth level spell, the equivalent of a ninth level spell.
Okay. While you're speaking, while you're forcing causing your will to come in contact with the soil here, you can now choose 3 facts of your choice about the materials here, um, about the history past of the material and such like, and the nature of the material.
Okay, where did it originally come from?
Um, it fell before time began.
It was an asteroid.
No, before time began.
It was an asteroid.
Yeah, but before time began, before people recorded history.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want to know the nature of the material.
Rock.
Nature of the material. It is fundamentally an alien life form.
Oh. Oh no. Is
Cool.
okay, her last question is it alive?
Yes.
Okay. She gets up from the ground. She walks over to the stone.
Were you going to tell anybody this before you go doing stuff, or are you just going to walk over and start doing stuff?
No, it's an alien life form. It started before recorded time. It existed before recorded time. And it is alive. I'm not sure what degree of life it has, but it's a life form. So she's gonna, with your permission, since you are the guardian of this object, I wish to try to contact it. That she's saying that out loud.
That's for Cord.
That's for court. Oh, well, to the elves she turns. I would like.
Do you want to include the elves in that knowledge?
Yes. Sorry. Yes.
You better check with Cord on that, whether he wants them to know.
I don't see how it will affect our situation.
I
Okay.
I have to agree with him.
Okay. She looks at the elves.
Okay.
This thing came from before time was recorded anywhere.
They get visibly concerned. You see, they look at each other knowingly, like they had something in mind, and it didn't match. They're looking very concerned.
It is an alien life form, and it is alive.
In that case, it will be our honor to guard it, not from the standpoint of protecting it, but protecting you from it and the world from it.
Okay.
You
Can piece of it first?
well, you can do it belongs to you. We want nothing to do with ownership of it.
I would like to try to communicate with it.
Huh?
She wants to talk to the rock.
Okay.
It's a life form. It's carrying on.
What's your
life
maximum
form.
spell level, Gene? What's the
Ninth.
maximum that you can cast ninth? Okay.
I can cast 9, but what she's going to try to do it is on a psionic level. She's going to try.
You're going to ignore your magic and go. You're going to ignore the divine magic that you manifest and try to go to a psychic ability that you don't even have.
That's true. Oh no, I've used Vex to talk to the rock. She kneels down. Oh well, I can't.
Well, actually,
I can't.
specifically what you did is fundamentally the equivalent of a commune with nature spell, which granted you additional knowledge about this specific thing. Now you're going to be going to a different level of spell. You're going to a higher level of spell where you're actually communing with, fundamentally, a deity. Something with this kind of longevity of life would fall into the category of being of the celestial kind of realms.
So she goes over to the rock and
And
she lays.
as you approach it, the blueness of it, I think I described it as being like a cerulean, like a sky blue, almost like a turquoise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Seems
Yeah.
to deepen uh, as you approach. So the area, somebody else watching, the rest of you watching, will notice that the area that she is approaching is turning deeper blue as she approaches. Not like it's a shadow effect. Her shadow hasn't even fallen on the rock yet, but just simply that the rock seems to be responding to her approach.
Cool. Doing great, Miri.
And so she goes up to the rock, approaches it, and it says, I come in peace. And she lays her hand on the rock.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make a wisdom save at DC 19.
Oh, you. Okay. Okay.
Oh, me? You're the one touching
You,
something I just described
Miri.
as a god.
Miri, you need you need a 6. Oh no, you're dead.
I rolled a 10. Not great, but I have a plus 13. So.
Right. So there's never really any threat there. Your terror was only feigned because with a reroll you weren't going to be in any trouble. So,
Yeah.
nonetheless, as she approaches, you see. At first, it looks like the rock has become reflective, so you kind of like see your own silhouette, your own image on the side of the stone. But as you get within a few inches of it, the stone actually sends out almost like a pseudopode that surrounds you. So all of a sudden you get imported into its mass.
I have been consumed.
For
Cool.
all intents and purposes, that's exactly what happened. The thing just reaches out, grabs her, and sucks her into the blueness.
I'm gonna walk over to the rock,
Okay.
about where the spot she just got in.
You can actually see her inside the stone. It's almost
Oh.
like you're seeing only her reflection, like the reflection became her.
Does she look hurt?
She's actually looking around and surprised that she's not.
Yeah.
The save basically was against the equivalent of pass wall.
Mary,
Ah.
can you hear me?
You can't hear him.
Okay.
You can see his
There's
lips
no
move.
reason.
Okay, here's the weird thing. You can't hear his words, but you see him speaking towards you.
Oh wait, no. Let me take my helmet off first.
Okay, but you see him speaking towards you, and the sound is hitting the rock like little thuds. So it's like
Okay.
you hear the cadence of the words, but you don't hear any actual tones.
She raises her hand, like in peace. You've seen her do it when she tries to approach the others.
I'll give a
If
thumbs
I
up.
can raise my hand in this.
Yeah, you're able to move. You're moving at as if double slowed. So your
Yeah.
movement is only going to be very slow.
Yeah,
but
it's very slow, but she holds up her hand like this and kind of twists it a little bit.
as a matter of fact, there was a bit of panic when you first tried to breathe
Yeah.
because you weren't sure whether there was going to be any air because you were completely encased in this. It's like you're moving in maple syrup.
Okay. Or in silly putty, which is even thicker.
No, but it's viscous, so you can see through it.
Okay.
And in your head, you hear. You don't really hear. You actually feel abject sadness.
She takes it in. She says, I am Mary Elwyn, guardian of life and cleric of Nycos. I am sad for your sorrow. I am saddened by your sorrow.
The emotional response you get from that commentary is a little bit of confusion. It's like a thousand voices shouting at you at the same time, unintelligibly. Like, imagine being at a news conference and a thousand people are trying to shout questions at you. That's kind of what the cacophony in your head is.
Okay. One voice, please, to speak for the others. Who speaks for you all?
There's a bit of silence, and the rock starts to cloud up, and you start to notice that the clarity with which you are able to see Cord through the side of the stone is actually clouding a bit.
Okay.
Like it's getting darker. That means for you, Cord, her silhouetted image inside the stone is starting to fade a bit. Um,
10
then
minutes, and then I'm going to hit the rock.
okay. Um, after just maybe a minute or so, um, a single voice, somewhat monotone and deep, like the earth itself, says, "Why have I been awakened?"
We found you and brought you up out of the sea to the land. We had heard that a star stone that fell from the sky had landed somewhere in this area. Desirous of a weapon of great might, my friend, I, and another, Jacob and Lord Cord, King Cord actually, came here to see if we could find material, this sky stone, to make him a monster killing weapon. We did not know you were a living thing, but I was told that you started before time was ever recorded. You are an alien life form, but it seems that you are many, not one. And then it says you were alive. I, being a cleric of life, could not just use you for a weapon. Though there are a few small hunks that broke off of you that we have, I would not harm you anymore in any way.
You
But I needed,
couldn't. You couldn't. As you say, I have been and will always be, but you have not said why you have awakened me. You have simply explained how. And we knew that, for we had become submerged in order to be at peace. And now you have brought us back to this world of chaos and of war.
if it is your desire that you be buried again, I will see what I can do to have it done.
What, by what power do you? There's a laughter, and the laughter breaks up. It's actually, you realize that the deep voice is actually speaking for all of them, but they're all actually part of the conversations. So the laugh breaks up into just not just one laugh, but a bunch of different laughs. Then it,
I brought you up out of the sea.
and therefore, what is your bidding?
I You are yourself. I would return you to yourself. As I said, we did not know you were a life form. Therefore, I would not want to interfere with you any longer.
There's again a chuckle and a gaggle, and then there's a breakout. It seems like there's several different voices that are shouting in unintelligible tongues at each other, and it gets to the point where you actually, first of all, the stone's clarity goes back to much more clear as they are bickering with each other, and you can see Cord that Mary is basically leaning over, covering her ears from the sound.
Yep, I would clap.
And so you're trying to protect yourself
All
from
right.
the different voices inside.
I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna take off my glove and place my hand on the rock and say, "Hey, could I please join in what's ever going on in here?"
As you reach out your hand, you are also consumed. DC 19 wisdom save.
Uh,
Wisdom.
wisdom save. Okay.
You might have a
That's
little harder time.
no, I think my modified 2 is gonna make it. Right?
No.
Okie doke. Well, I failed miserably.
Okay, so as you reach out, you actually what you realize is that the magic that is affecting you doesn't come from the stone. It's from the earth itself, and it turns you into earthly stone before you come in contact with it. So literally, as you're reaching out for it, the earth, the Nycos itself, the limb in the Nycos itself has saved you from touching it.
Huh.
Now you'll get another save at the end of next round. So we'll leave you like this for a second.
Cool.
So Gene, you see him reach for you and then turn to stone. The voice says, "I have need of such a vessel as you. We shall propagate, and we shall be one." And Miri, you get to make a DC 22 save versus wisdom.
Don't fail me now. Okay, that's a 9 plus 13, 22.
Okay.
It was close.
Okay. No, it's more close than you know. You, you know how you can normally talk to yourself and you're only having conversation with that third personality that's within us. Now there's an entire other personality in there with you, Gene.
Oh,
It's a sweet and endearing female voice that says, "We will have the many, for we are enough."
There's another one for deity bingo. First Tiamat, now some giant rock, Mary. Wow, you're really becoming a powerhouse of personalities, aren't you?
I didn't make it?
No, you made the save, so you didn't go. Because if you had failed the save, you would have been sequestered, and this thing would have taken over your body.
Oh, I'm glad I saved.
Yeah. So you're just gonna have to put up with this other voice giving recommendations and such and making promises, because what you've been conveyed with is in the power of the tier. You now will. It wants the same thing you want. It wants you to propagate and have children. It wants you to expand into the world and bring its message to the people.
It's a dirty stone.
Do I know what its message is?
Yes, that magic is by itself intrinsically evil. That Vex itself is the threat, and that demon arc limb or Vex or whatever you want to call it is an incursor from another place and needs to be stopped.
Oh.
This
Look at me.
object fell from the world of the Ixal. It is what the Ixal came to search for that they never found.
Oh. Okay.
And you have the power in life and death over a single pod of Ixal. And this is going to be fun.
How do you spell Ixal?
IXL.
I won't propagate if that's the thing that's going on. Not unless I know my children are mine and don't belong to some other personality.
No, yeah, that's the issue now. You've got this other personality in there with you. It's us. The fact that you held your own means that you get to have equal seating. But we need to have children. You're right. We need to fix this. We need to get rid of this old age problem. We need to get you into the right circles where you will be found desirous by others.
Okay, she's gonna fight against that. She's gonna be Miri,
Hmm.
that's what she's going to fasten on to.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, once this has happened, you're spewed out on the ground at Cord's feet. Cord, make your second save.
Okay, I need a 19 on the die. Got a 15.
You need a 19 on the die. Why? You don't have any wisdom modifier at all?
I'm proficient with perception.
Mm. Nope. All right. Yeah, let me rephrase that. You're laying at the feet of the statue of Cord.
She turns to Stone and says, "Release him." Nothing.
The voice in your inside your head kind of chuckles. She says, "We didn't do this."
Who did?
You do the math.
She puts her hand on the cord
Mm-hmm.
and says, "Vex, release him."
Where you put your hand on the stone it seems to have gotten like a particularly shiny sheen to it in that spot where your handprint is on the side of his face. She's granted you another saving throw, Cord. Because she's given it to you, it's with advantage.
That's a 2, and that's a 5.
Yep.
Oh.
You're gonna have to actually use the spell Stone to Flesh to get him back.
Okay. Uh, I don't remember what level it is, but I know I have an 8th level spell. I don't have any more ninth, but I do have an 8th level spell left. And so that's exactly what I do.
Just a second.
Vex,
5th edition. Flesh to stone. Attempt to turn one creature. It's a reverse of this. So 1 minute. It's actually not a clerical spell.
I know.
It's a transmuter spell. I wish we had a magician in the group.
I look at the elves. Are either of you magic users?
And the elves kind of smirk and they say, "We'll gladly return it, but you need to tell us what happened first. How did your communion with the rock go?"
The first part was very hard because many voices spoke.
Mm-hmm.
They said, finally, I got one voice to speak.
Okay. Also realize that, just for clarification, in the meta, you are talking to potentially an ally or an enemy, and so you want to be judicious about what you tell them about your experience. Realizing that they are masters of magic, if you tell them about the adversity between the blue rock and blue rock and them, you may end up with a problem in your hands. Just making you aware.
Okay, I just don't know enough about the Ixal. I know that they are hive mind, but do I know they are Ixal? Or is it just because we are many?
No, that's actually green. That's quoting your religion.
Okay.
That's Viridis. We are enough, for we are the many. That's exactly what they said.
They used a phrase that is synonymous with my veil.
Oh, good.
They said, "We are enough, for we are the many."
Okay.
And that was it. And that I saw Cord move forward.
Doesn't take too much to see. It's a relatively high level spell. It's going to take me 10 minutes to cast.
Flesh to stone or stone to flesh?
It's a stone to flesh.
Stone to flesh.
Stone to flesh is a reversal. So you actually have to have the flesh to stone spell, and then you can reverse it. So, target's body making a flame. Let's go. Constitution saving throw now to survive the transfer back.
Okay.
And the DC, because of their casting level, is going to be a 17. So slightly better save.
I got a 6 plus 11, which is 17.
There
Wow,
you go.
I think I changed that dice out and added 2, 5, 6.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright.
it's an online dice roller.
When he returns, he now has on his cheek a pale blue, what looks like tattoo of a woman's hand on his cheek. It's where you touched him.
Oh, hey. Oh.
Oh,
So what happened?
The thumb is just below your nose, runs the palm runs down your cheek, and then the
Well-
fingers are on your basically up to your brow line and into your hairline.
Oh, I can't see this, so I'm fine.
Oh, you can feel the tingle of it.
Does someone touch me?
I touched you and it left a mark.
It's actually kind of a cool effect, I think. It looks rather stunning on you.
What kind of a mark?
It's a palm and fingers of her hand.
Palm and fingers of my hand in blue on your right cheek.
It's
I'm
like
gonna
when you
put my helmet right back on.
It's like when you put your hand against a window pane when it's frozen. You know, when it's frosted over, you put your hand there, and then you pull your hand back and you see your fingers.
Oh, very cool. Well, 1 second.
If the thing was created before time began, how could it be the voices are Ixal? I'm just asking in meta.
Right. In the meta, the Ixal beings existed long before humans interacted with them. They're fundamentally an extraterrestrial race.
Okay.
Oh, so what'd you? Can I please take a chunk of it now?
It's a living being.
Well, no, actually, Gene, when he asked that question, I've always said the girlish voice, the female voice in your head says, "We can certainly accommodate such a request." What are the parameters of the piece required?
When you say piece, can it be shaped?
It can be.
Okay. Cord,
Hmm.
what are the dimensions of the sword that you desire?
Oh,
Well, he hasn't made it yet,
Um,
so he can only give you a ballpark because he's planning on making it.
it's got to be. Oh, what was my maths on this? 6 times 8. That's large. Times 8 is huge. Times 8 is gargantuan. It's got to be at least 3,072 pounds.
Are you
Preferably 10,000 pounds, though.
a great sword or a one-handed sword?
Clearly a great sword.
The great sword, yes.
He wants a great sword. Now I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what that won't clarify, but the weight requirement that he suggests, basically there's a cracking sound and a chunk about the size of a Volkswagen Beetle falls off the main body of the rock.
Okay.
Will that do?
Well, the indent it put into the ground, the fact that it buries itself into the earth, suggests that it probably is close.
We're on top of the anvil.
Right, but the rock all around there was powderized when the tear fell on it.
Ah. Let me see. I have a picture.
That should be plenty enough to do your hammer, maybe a weapon for Jacob, and a staff for myself.
Can you ask for 2 more chunks for you two?
That should be enough. It's the size of a Volkswagen. We're talking about at least 15 feet long, 6 feet high, and about 5 feet wide,
8 feet wide.
8 feet wide.
Oh, that's plenty.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
of
Plus
course.
that
that's
plus that's pure dense material. It's not like a Volkswagen that's got airspace and
yeah.
area around the
It's a
area around the engine.
solid chunk, something that is probably 10 by 5 by 8. That's 40 times 10. Is that right? 10, 5 feet. So it'd be 10 feet by 5 feet is 50 cubic feet by 8 makes 400 cubic feet. That's plenty.
Yeah, so there you
Okay.
go. Thank you. Tell the rock thank you, I guess. And then I'm gonna walk over to the rock and I'm gonna try and lift one side of it up.
No,
Okay.
it won't even budge.
All right. I'll try and push it.
Yeah, no, not going anywhere.
Oh, we're faced with the same problem again.
But it's a smaller one.
It's a smaller
He
problem.
just can't do it by himself. That's the point. You can get others to help you, and you could
Okay.
push it up onto a cart or whatever.
A cart? We need some cart. Oh my God, that's a long trip home. Oh,
Um.
wait. Wait, I have a gate at the giant castle. If we build a gate here with the elves' permission, since they're going to settle this, then we can go directly through.
Jake,
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. Okay.
Jacob, what do you think? I think he's
Okay.
talking to a dog.
No. I,
No, he's talking to his mom.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. So, what do you think?
Cool.
If they'll give me permission to make a gate, it'll take me a day.
Yeah. Sure. That sounds good. I don't see what else we can do.
Okay, 400 cubic feet of this stuff is going to weigh 500 pounds per cubic foot. So it's 50,000 pounds.
Oh, and you needed 3,800. Yeah, there's plenty of rock there.
Okay.
Oh,
Um.
can I communicate with this voice without speaking? The thought?
Of course, we share our mind.
All right.
You
I'm gonna
remember,
go
I
and
am Miri.
get a wagon.
I am Miri, it says exactly with your inflection.
Okay. She's just not communicating anything about this.
Yes,
Okay.
keeping secrets is always a good plan. Oh, I underestimated. I'm going to have to actually do the math here. Yeah.
Mary, why is it that you jump to tell the enemy our backstory and then never tell us about your situation?
I told you first about what happened.
That you
You-
have a voice in your head?
I have no voice in my head.
Okay. Uh,
God, it's the first lie she's ever told. She feels so bad about it.
It's the only lie you've ever willingly and knowingly told. And it was
Yeah.
to your party. That's very telling.
Yeah, but right now I don't know until I can figure this thing out and what I have to do about it. I'm keeping my own counsel.
you know, Mary, I'm a champion, yes.
Yes, you are. I mean,
I've never done any champion-worthy things, have I?
no, God, that's not true.
Okay.
That's
Do you
not
have
Only,
true.
by the way, it's only 720 cubic feet, which is he was 1 to 500, so I'm not off.
Okay,
You had done the math wrong in your head, so it's 720 cubic feet.
8 feet by 5 feet is 40 feet.
Eight times six is 48.
Oh,
Time,
6.
times 12 times 15.
That's what I did wrong, is I used 5 instead of
Well,
6.
even so, you would have been smaller instead of larger,
Oh, okay.
because that would have been short by a bit. But 8 times 6 is 48 times 12.
Times 12. Oh, that's right. I said 12. I
I
was
mean,
using
by times
10,
15 times.
10, 5, and 8. Yeah, I used the wrong numbers. My math was correct.
Times
My
6
my
times
facts were wrong.
15 equals, yeah, 720 cubic feet.
Okay.
And then times 1,000
500?
pounds per cubic
Oh,
feet.
1,000. That's 720,000.
Oh, no. Remember, it's square feet. Oh, it is 720 square feet. My
Cubic
God in
feet.
heaven.
Yeah, yeah,
Cubic feet.
yeah.
Well.
I mean,
Huh.
that was wrong. That was wrong math. Just a second. 720 times. Let me go look at my chart again. Da, 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 da.
If it's 1,000 pounds per square foot, I won't be able to even carry a staff.
Mary.
What?
Do you have reverse gravity isn't a clerical spell by any chance, is it?
What?
Reverse gravity isn't a clerical spell by any chance, is it?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it is not. I can.
I think I might have to see what being a part of the Greyville actually means mechanically.
Yeah, it's only half because it's 541 cubic. 551 pounds per cubic foot. So it's 391,000 pounds.
391,000?
Yep. 391,680.
We're talking about 4/10 of a.
Divided
How
by
many
12.
pounds?
Divided by 2.
By
Let's make it in
2,000.
tons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only
And how-
100. It's only 195 tons.
Okay.
That's 3 times 3 uh 3 Freightliner trailers. 353-foot trailers. That's how much that weighs. Fully
Teacher
loaded.
Else, do you have the capability of forging this material?
Gotta get it hot enough.
Do you have that? You said you had crystal singers.
Yeah, we do. We can work it. We can work the stone.
We might not have to go back to the giants.
You're telling a giantess. You're telling a giant king, leader of a nation, that he can't go to his own people. That he has to use elves.
I'm on a mission from God. I will undertake any means to create this weapon, even if it means disrespecting my people and culture.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Alrighty. So the elves can work it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Their cost will be half of the mass. Because it's way more mass than you needed for what you were looking for.
Yes, of course.
I would like it. Jacob, what would you like?
So they're going to take 97 tons of the material.
All right.
Jacob? I lost you. Okay.
You're talking about
Cord?
them and stuff
I
earlier.
don't know actually.
Cord, what do you want?
What I want?
He wants to have his hammer made.
Sword.
What
Sword.
sword
about
mate, the sword mate.
armor?
Armor.
What you're going to do?
You think I can
is-
wear armor that weighs this much?
I don't know. I don't know if you can lift a weapon that weighs that much.
Well,
Well,
we know he can't. He has to use magic to do that.
Yes.
He's got to have 3 different cascading spells in effect to be able to pull it off.
Let me see. Gotta have 1, 2. Then I gotta. Okay. All right.
So literally, you have to transport the weapon to wherever you're going to want to have the fight with the thing, convince it to fight you on your terrain, and then pull a one-shot.
Doesn't sound too hard. Either
Corey,
that,
I admire your courage.
or we could rent an airship and I could jump out of it with it.
You mean like death from above?
Yeah.
Exactly.
As long as it doesn't sidestep like the cartoons.
If you
Oh,
made it
boy.
invisible for a moment that you're traveling through the air,
Yeah, with that much mass, though, if that mass in front of him is a blade, more than likely he'd be pushing the sonic barrier on the way down, though.
I wouldn't jump from very high up.
listen,
I would like to
I
call on the power of the Grey Veil. See what that does. People like to call on powers in this D&D party. I want to try and do that, I guess.
All right, you finally get. If you reach your level of frustration, you're like, I can't do this alone. I'm accepting that I need to acknowledge the powers of the powers of power itself, huh?
Exactly, right. I'm gonna go walk away from the group
Yep.
talking about how this is not going to work. And I'm gonna sit down cross-legged on top of the anvil, and I'm gonna close my eyes and think really hard to power, I guess.
Alrighty. Do, 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 do. As you're sitting there, you hear metal on stone someplace relatively close to you. And you open your eyes and look across the way, sitting on another chunk of the anvil, cross-legged, with a woolen blanket 4 foot by 4 foot in front of him, is an elf sitting there in buckskins. His hood is back, long black hair flowing down over his shoulders. Very, very serious look of intent on his forehead, brow slightly furrowed, as he's laying his arrow tips out in an intricate pattern in front of him. Every once in a while, he'll pick up one of the arrow tips and move it to another location, stroke his chin a minute, shake his head, and then move another one. Almost like he's playing some sort of a game.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna say, "Hello and well met. Who are you? I didn't."
Oh, have a
see
seat.
you."
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Okay, sit back down.
He says, "No, no, no,
Um,
no,
so-
no." He says, "No need for
Hello.
no need for any formalities. I'm just glad that we finally get a
Vol-
chance to talk." What was that? We lost you.
Are you
There you go.
are you Vol?
I'm not Vol. You'd have to actually be reaching pretty damn high to talk to Vol himself, but I guess you would say I'm one of his heralds. I'm Neath.
Neath. It's a pleasure to meet you, Neath. Are you a representative of power?
Well, you see these arrows, and he's picking up and moving them across the board.
Right. Yes.
He says, currently resolving a conflict in 3 systems. It's amazing how much fun it gets when you get people that are dedicated to you.
Oh, and interesting. So you're the god of strategy or something?
I am.
Military power, something like that.
Military, political, dramatic, plague, disease. Many ways to control a population. My favorite though is religion.
Really interesting. Okay. I didn't mean to summon. So I'm sorry if I interrupted.
Oh
your,
no, not at all, not at all. Wait, just a minute. And he reaches into into a bag at his side, and he pulls out a spear tip. Everything else on the tabletop are arrows, but he pulls out the spear tip, and he puts it on the other side of the board, facing back at him.
What?
He says, "You play?"
What are you doing there?
Oh, I'm about to put a major piece on the board.
I Does the game look familiar? My character is proficient with dragon chess.
Looking at the board, it looks like the map of Nycos.
Oh, you're. I'm not familiar with this game.
Hmm. It's one you'll become familiar with soon enough. He says, he points at the spear tip he just put down on the board. It's, like I said, massive in comparison with the other ones. And he says, so, if you were me, and setting up an oppositional force, do you think this is a fair battle? He's got like 96 other pieces on the board, all facing south, and this one piece in the south facing north.
Obviously not.
All right, so you're looking for access and power. I get it.
Right.
You're wanting to gain followers, adoration, and all of the blessings of being deity. I get that too. Then he stops and he looks at you and says, "What are you prepared to do?"
To gain followers.
Yeah, what is it you're prepared to do to achieve this deity aspect?
Well, I've been thinking about this, and how does a champion fighter gain subscribers, shall we say, in the arena? Through glorious combat staged by professional fight leaders, viewed by thousands.
He kind of smirks and says, "That's how they do it in the arenas. Takes hundreds of battles and quite a few chances at death, and then eventually you get the glory of freedom. But that's not your story. Your story started with your freedom. What are you prepared to give?"
Well, I am prepared to give my time, first off, and I am prepared to give my...
You have 22,000 days, arguably. Most do.
Okay.
But that's not... some people become kings overnight by being born into it. This does not yet give me what you're willing to give to the cause. What is it you're willing to sacrifice? What is it you're willing to part with? What is it you're willing to lay on the line to achieve your goal? Your friendships?
No.
Alliances?
Yes, those.
What
I'm willing to
what alliances do you have now that you're willing to sacrifice?
My relationship with High Peak, my relationship with Lord Gluthor, or Bluthor, I mean. My
So sacrificing your own kind. It sounds like those are both. So far, you've only mentioned resources that are of the giant kind.
my relationship with Callisto up up north, I mean.
Hmm.
What else? What other relationships do I have?
Remember, you had a treaty with the Dragon King.
Yes,
That's,
right.
That's
Uh-huh.
what Callisto was.
I'm willing to become an enemy of the great dragon. What's his name?
Callisto.
No,
No.
I already said Callisto. Regulus.
What's Regulus? Yeah.
You think now the spirit stops and says, let's be more pragmatic.
Yes. Okay.
What do you think I mean when I say you must be willing to sacrifice them?
I honestly, I have no idea.
Okay. What we are talking about is committing them to action. Thus far, you have been a kind and gentle and benevolent friend. You have yet to be a leader.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, no one really listens to me.
No one listens to you?
Yeah.
That's not much of a leader then, is it?
Correct.
So you have to
Prove myself.
recover your voice.
Well, no offense, but the quickest way to that I can see with my brain is through combat and in glory.
Yes.
do you have any suggestions for?
Sure. No, I totally agree with you. But you should be willing to sacrifice every ounce of their blood, not yours. A self-serving, self-sacrificing God only ends up dying.
Well, you make a good point pragmatically, but you know what? No one likes a God who's self-serving.
They certainly don't respect you.
Exactly.
And if you show love, they laugh you into a corner and split your faith into 100 different directions, and they don't go anywhere.
So I had a buddy who once said you attract more flies with honey than with vinegar. So you're suggesting that I should?
You attract them, but if you want to put them to your uses, grab their queens. Shake their nests and point them at your enemies.
So what you're suggesting is I should adopt a new mentality and outlook on life.
If you are truly wishing to serve power, you have been traveling the wrong direction, my friend. So if you wish to put yourself in a position, and then he takes and moves arrows on the board that are approximations for High Peak, as you said, each one of them at High Peak and at the Blue Thor's Castle or whatever, and turns those arrows northward to match yours, and all of a sudden you realize now it's like 4 against 90 instead of 1 against 90.
I see.
And then when he says, now watch this, he says, you already have contact with Callisto, and she is part of the budding sect-gen revolution.
Right.
Turn her to your cause. And he turns that one piece, and when he does, you see a full third of the other arrows also turn.
Okay.
In other words, you can't be a nice guy in God, because you got to be able to show justice. You got to be able to show discipline and a reason to believe you.
Okay. All right.
You want respect, perform miracles. You want to perform miracles, be where people need to see them.
All right. So should I change how I deal with other beings?
I would think that you might want to talk to your new friend in blue over there. And this probably needs to be done in an environment where I'm not directly influencing you, because, well, let's just say the person that told you about the Tarask was of a lawful nature.
Right.
That process is long, arduous, and ends up being a whole bunch of little checkpoint steps to get there. Not exactly the quick road to power.
Okay. Well, I will think on what...
I tend to be far less conventional.
I mean, no offense, but your godly entrance was certainly...
What? I'm just sitting here. You came over to talk to me.
Okay, that's fair enough. I'm just saying, if I was going to be a god, I would rain from heaven like molten fire.
Well, in that case, start building up some molten energy, my friend.
Okay.
I have seen
All right.
so far, to be perfectly honest, you let a girl beat you in an arm wrestling contest.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate the advice you've given me.
And he laughs a little bit. He says, I'm sure that Umara and Miri won't agree with me, but I think if you step back and think about it, if you seek what you are destined for, you need to take rather than give.
I will do my best to become more selfish.
Well, that's your choice. You might see you at the table earlier that way.
That's all right. Okay.
Now I've got to get back to my moves, and he takes the big piece and takes it back off the board, and he says, "When you are ready," this goes back on the table, and he puts the spear tip back in his pocket.
Good day, sir. And I'm gonna walk back to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on, Cord. Think. Think.
Poor
How
Cord with his
to.
10. That poor 10 inch is just smoking right now. He comes walking back
Uh.
in with the little curl of smoke coming out of his ears.
Uh.
Cord,
Huh? Yes.
are you okay?
I don't know, Mary.
Okay. Something has given you a quandary that you're having difficulty dealing with?
Not a quandary. More of a puzzle.
Okay. Sit down, look at the whole picture first, then see where the pieces need to go.
The elves have made it clear that if you wish for them to make the weapon, it will take them roughly a month to make it.
Okay.
A month to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can you not speed this process up?
No. Cord.
We can compromise. I mean, we won't be able to guarantee.
Do you need money? Is that what you need?
No.
No.
No, it's a matter of the magics and the controls involved. If we're going to create a weapon of discipline, a weapon worthy of you that you can wield when you need to, it needs to be carefully and logically developed.
You realize this is a one-use weapon.
Yes, I designed it.
Okay.
You want to make my weapon with what?
Oh, we got to put controls in place. This power behind this is an unknown. We need to qualify and test what the metal is, mettle, of the material. You wouldn't want it breaking on you at the most critical moment. You don't want it turning in your hand in the middle of
Let's
the fight.
say, Cord, it's a new metal they are not familiar with, and they need to know its qualities before they can fabricate a weapon.
Of course. This advice is coming to you from Jean.
Yes.
More particularly from Miri, who has always been rather regimented, trying to hold to even enforcing ritual and such to religion, which
I don't have a month.
Yes, you do. If you want the weapon, it'll take a month. Surely nothing is so pressing. The thing has been there, I guess, forever. So
That's
it'll
what I
be
asked.
okay. In the meantime, there are things that need to be done. And right now we are few, but we have powers within us that we can certainly help.
well, there's a lot you can do from here in a month with her ability to travel through the gates. You can
All right.
you go back home and do the things that you were talking about with Neath if you want.
All right. Yes. Make me the weapon. Do you need my plans for it that I had
Sure.
Theo draw out?
Sure.
Okay. I'll give the papyrus scrolls to them. I guess papyrus.
Yep.
No, I don't know.
She looks at them.
Parchment or papyrus. Papyrus is more fragile.
Sheepskin.
That's parchment.
I was
And parchment is either in the form of vellum, which has never been written on before, or palimpsest, which is reused. All right, so we're going to work on that. What are you doing in the meantime? We headed back home. That way we can catch up on some of the stuff that's going on with Miri and her religious development in Concordia, or did you want to go stir up trouble with the other kingdoms?
We'll go do Miri's thing.
Okay.
okay. What I asked for is a staff that that's not too big, but also
What do you want the staff to be capable of? It's you're asking elven weaponsmiths, so they probably can do all kinds of stuff. What do you want it to do? If you're just like if you just want a metal stick, that's a lot different from actually asking for
Yeah. Ooh, can I reserve that till I think about it, and I'll come
no.
back?
Well, yeah, you can think about it. It's not going to take 30 days because it's mostly going to be made out of wood. They'll
No,
use
I
the
was
they'll,
thinking of the. Oh,
they'll
they'll
use
just
the
put the.
metal for making the bands at the top and the bottom to give it mass, and for the
If
filigree and
you
stuff like that to make it.
if you could find a downed limb of a golden oak.
What are you talking about?
Well,
They would never work in downed wood. They don't need to. They just simply go to a
oh,
golden oak and weave the branch into what they want.
okay. The head of it will be the three
Well,
circles.
you just start designing just like he did, and then
Yeah.
we'll have it made. So
All right. And then the other thing I was thinking of is a breastplate with protection magic on, like two. That will be the.
okay. So for clarification, that blue material won't be able to be imbued with spells.
Oh, okay.
They won't have the technology to do that.
Okay.
They could make you a regular suit or whatever, but if you want that blue material to be used, if you want have a shield of tears or armor of tears, then that's completely different, and it'll have natural propensities once you have it made. They'll be able to make it into what you want, but as far as what its abilities are, they won't control that.
Okay.
That's the reason why I mentioned if you're gonna have them make you a staff, they can make the staff with all kinds of magical things, and then add to it the bands to give it the
Yeah.
strength of the blue of the
Okay.
tears.
Not the shield because I have a +5 shield right now. So I don't think I wouldn't mind a boss on it of the blue material. Um, like a band or something. Um, that frames the
I know what you mean.
symbol
I know
that
what you mean. Yeah, you figure out what you
yeah,
want to do with that.
yeah. It's kind of like something that goes around the circular band
Hmm.
that is Nycos. That is my symbol
Right,
for Veritas.
right.
Um,
It's
and
our
then
symbol. The female voice says it's our symbol now, and you feel as if somebody places their hand on the outside of your hand, like a reassuring grasp of your hand from the outside.
Aww.
she tries terribly not to make any sudden reaction. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, and I will roll on that too because it was very unexpected to have a physical sensation. Uh, well, that was a 9 plus 13. So I don't know what
You
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 would
more,
set it.
more more than likely you would have flinched a little bit,
Yeah.
and that would elicit a kind of a patronizing chuckle.
Miri.
Uh, and then she kind of goes, just half a second. Oh, it was just something I thought of suddenly. God forgive me.
The female voice says, "You're forgiven."
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
I
at
would
least
like,
it's not Annika who's in your head 24/7.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Now I have a God and a voice in my head. Um, she said I would like a breastplate of the same material and maybe some tassets on the side, but
Is that what we
nothing.
call them, tacits? Hmm.
That's what they're called. They kind of cover the
I
head.
know, I know. I'm just
You're joshing
she's
with me.
she's messing with you. Yes.
And she'll have to figure out how it might be enchanted. Because she's a.
Got him.
That was her.
In my head, I think, okay, what's the joke?
What do you think the joke is? We existed before there was ever magic. Magic is a pale shadow against the reality of life. and our existence.
You could be taking an inflated look, you know,
What
uh,
should I know?
Traditionalists.
I've been asleep for 8 iterations of time.
Traditionalist.
we will talk later. Right now, I need to get a few things done.
Yes, we should. Let's do some stuff.
Uh, co- I asked the elves if it was possible that I build a gate here.
We would anticipate nothing less.
Thank you. You know something, Cord? I need to get up to Elwindale to find some golden acorns. I really do, but I need to go to Concordia and then I'll see if I can work my way back down to Elwindale
Okay.
but with hops.
Can you
There's
drop me
some
off at Bridgeton first?
first? Oh, certainly.
Thank you.
Okay, so you drop back into Bridgeton.
Okay.
Gates,
She'll
gate.
go
There is now a gate in Brobington.
in where?
Brobington.
Robington. Wait. Oh,
Brobdington.
yeah.
All
There's
right.
now a gate. I have to build the gate first,
Right.
complete with the symbols
and
on it,
I'm hand waving, saying, "Yep, we've built a gate at Brobdington."
and on we go. I take Jim to Bridgeton,
Okay.
and she says, "I can wait for you to do what you need to." Or are you going to take a long time?
I'm gonna take a while.
Okay, I will check back in a week, or might you need longer?
We'll
If
play
they're
it.
gates, you just tell them how to use the gates. Remember, they can use
Yep.
them.
She gives you the gate to Concordia, which is a great oak, golden oak, that because of the grove I built outside, and then of course you have your one for Bridgeton and your other places that you have,
Okay.
and we'll get one for Brobton as
We already
well.
have one for Brobdington.
Okay. All right. I don't know where Jacob's going. He's not back yet. I think his mother snagged him, so we'll see.
Yep.
It's too bad because he was doing very well.
Yep. It's okay. We'll be back later.
Yeah. So so she hops you there. She oh and probably Peekaboo is in tow or has gone back on her own once the gate was built.
Not
Um
Peekaboo. Wrong character.
not Peekaboo. Umaru.
Umara's got to
Umar.
chasing her own deity. Remember, so
Okay.
she's gonna
Um
have her. She's gonna have to have her conversation with the Chaos God eventually now too. So
oh, one is law and one is chaos. How are you gonna get there? Through law
that's
or
that.
through chaos?
Yep.
Why not through neutrality?
Now that person cares the least.
Okay.
Yeah, their followers rallying cry would be so what?
Exactly.
Okay. She goes
Some
to
will, some
Concordia.
won't. So what?
She goes to Concordia. She goes into the temple.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually see what Cord is doing in
Sure.
Bridgeton
That will give
first
me a
because that's
moment to take
right.
care of something.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I need to feed my cousin.
All right.
Okay. Before we left to go north and discover what the enemy was, you remember I sent
Spies.
yep, into the south.
Right. So what you'll find is that the South is, it's in a bit of disarray. There are 4 different warlords of the sect gen that are trying to establish themselves by hunting down these masks,
Ah.
and one of them's been successful. One of them up in the mountains has allegedly found one of the masks and is drawing people to him only because he's already 1/12 of the way to the ultimate power and the release of the Tongue Eater.
Mm-hmm.
The Dragonborn aspect, the purists have sequestered themselves in their palace. Let me go see what they named it because they changed the name on me. Let's go look here just a second.
taking notes.
Good. Colys, Colys.
All right.
And this is the. It's also known as the Crimson Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And it was built under the direction of your old friend Callisto. And it's rumored that she has possibly found the orb of dragon kind, specifically the red one. And so she seems to have the ability to call to her 2 red dragons.
Hoo boy.
And the 2 red dragons are named Thuma and that's pretty funny. And Tahirka. Thuma is a young red dragon. Tahirka is an adult red dragon, male. Tahirka lives apparently in the mountains of the Aryan, the Aryan Mountains, just east of the Swarthir. And nobody's sure exactly where Thuma came from. Probably in the same area, but.
All right.
And so she's basically. They're still supporting the SecGen movement, but they have withdrawn from considering themselves to be SecGen. They actually have made some agreements with the other.
Oh. Well.
And there is a rumor that she's actually traveled by Thuma to Submariner. Suggesting that she may be trying to appropriate that southern part of Florin.
I forget. I didn't take notes. I forget where she agreed to stop on the southern border, on our southern border.
She agreed to stop at she agreed to stop at the river, but this is across the river. She's already violating the agreement as you had stated it, but not in a martial way. There has been no movement militarily, but she's definitely courting the human population.
I'm gonna have to have a talksy with her, and I don't have any good places to do that.
So I guess you might have to go visit the Red Tower.
Okay, well, yep, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, there's more stuff to talk about. The other 3 warlords.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh wait, she was one of them.
No, she is a warlord. She's been a warlord the whole time, but she was not officially SecGen. The other 3 are SecGen leaders.
Okay.
Mabutu is one of them.
Mabutu.
He's a Pongid. He's searching for a mask and has not yet found one. Rumor has it that he has contacts in other iterations. That his name and his image have been captured in. Oh, and there's a whole lot of other stuff we haven't even talked about yet. Like, it's been a while since we played, so there are now libraries in every city.
All right.
It happened just like those other changes that everyone that is local to it claimed that it's happened like 6 or 7 months ago. That it was a natural thing, but none of them remember the details and how it got to be there. But now there is one.
Okay.
The libraries are controlled by the librarians are a specific type of being. They look like mortals, but they are a form of undead.
All right.
Called
Um,
Montes.
the Manes, yeah.
Monez. Okay, Monez.
It's spelled Manes like the old monster from D&D, Manes, but they're pronounced Manes.
Honest.
So anyway, from that you're able to find images and stuff in the ancient texts that suggest that Mabutu has been traveling in time,
Okay.
looking for details about the masks by visiting other time frames. Let's see. The next one you also have also the next one you've also met. Uh, it's a little scoundrel of a pachyderm by the name of Babar.
Him.
Yes, and he found his military. He basically liberated a group of grung, and so frogs are he literally has frogmen that are his military force.
Okay.
And so they've, which is kind of odd because elephants aren't known for being coastal, but by this new alliance, they're being driven farther south into the deltas, which means they're south in Swarthir.
Okay.
And they
Too
also
close for comfort.
they also do not have masks. But the final one is a tiger.
Okay.
And he's actually known as Athos, Athos, Bar Sinister.
And what's he doing?
Well, he apparently discovered a mask in the lowlands of the Aryan Mountains. Mask of a hawk. And the reason why he's known as Bar Sinister is that his father was left-handed, which is among the sec gen. It's a kind of a curse because it suggests that your genetics line wasn't pure enough when you came over. So
Little.
so Athos has a bit of a pathos, if you will, about his background, and he's the only one of the four that is known to actually hold slaves. And he actually pits them against each other in arena combat and all of that. He calls upon he styles himself as an emperor king in the same order as the Koramites of old, and so he uses in arena combat to resolve conflict. So if you have a claim against a neighbor, you pick a warrior, and that warrior goes to fight for you in the arena. And if your guy wins, then you win the lawsuit. They call it aggressive negotiation.
All right.
So that will take you quite some time to have gathered all that information. So that will eat up a big chunk of time doing those things.
Okay.
So while you're gathering that information, let's go back to what Jean was doing, because Jean was telling me what she was going to do when she gets back to
Concordia.
Concordia. So
Okay.
you will be glad to know three things. Number one, out of seemingly nowhere, Rorgrim has returned. But he doesn't have the metal wings, and it dawns on you it's not Rorgrim. But in your absence, and in the absence of Rorgrim himself,
He calls himself Rolgrim.
you know who he is.
Yes, I do.
What do we call him? What's his Irosmith?
Irosmith, yeah.
Yes. He now just prefers to shorten it to Eros, Iros.
Iros. Interesting. Eros is the god Cupid,
Right. But
the son of
this is with a capital I, so Eros instead
Venus.
of Eros.
Sweet
Eros? Why? It's E-R-R?
No, IROS.
Iris.
Whereas,
Iros.
yeah, instead of Eros is EROS.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, he's kind of stepped in and he's been gradually helping to develop what you were building.
Concordia.
Hmm.
She tells him she's very glad he is here.
Well, he did have them build a likeness of him to place in the center, which is going to interfere with the green veil stuff. I hope you understand, but I am I and Rogram are the icon of the movement, so it's necessary. Hope you don't
Why
mind.
would it interfere with the green veil?
Well, no, it's just it's an emblem of the rainbow, and the green veil is the center of the temple. There's no
Yes.
place for the
I'm
rainbow.
fine. You
So
can put it
so I would
right
suggest.
outside the temple.
Well, how do we put this? We put it on top of the outside of the temple. A big winged image of me up there.
How about in the main square outside where everybody comes when they
Oh,
come to the
there's no
temple?
individual square. The whole place has got doors for each church. Remember, each faith. The
I
green
understand
veil
that.
enters any, but I just don't want. I wouldn't want there to be any confusion that somehow the green veil has subsumed or overtaken the role of the broadcaster.
I have never infringed upon the role of the broadcaster role room.
Right, right. I just want there to be any confusion. Hope that's okay.
There's no confusion in my mind. If you wish to have it, then I would put it on a plinth somewhere notable.
Yes.
The
So,
temples
but
are
like what I said, uh, because it was through um, my call, we were able to draw everyone together. That's why I suggest maybe we put it, as you describe, a plinth directly on top of the center of the tower, so everyone can see him from all directions.
that the outside of the temple is not my domain.
Sounds fine. Let's do that.
Get the
Oh, I've been here. Oh, I've been here for the last couple of weeks while you were out traveling, and
I
I've already been negotiating with the others, and so they all seem to be okay with it. I just want to make sure it was okay with you as well.
I so we can convene a council and can be declared so.
Good. Let's do that.
Okay. So she goes and
Well, I don't want
asks,
to interrupt what you're doing. Feel free to do your own business first. I just wanted to mention that that's something I'd like to have accomplished.
that's okay. I think we should get it done first
All right.
because it takes all of us. And so she asked when might be available to come together because
It's just going to happen, so we'll just hand
I,
wave that too.
I
But anything else you want to do first is what I'm saying.
yeah, she's got a
What have you got in mind? What do you need to do?
I need to talk to Veritas. I need to know things that he might know that
Yeah, and the voice in your head says, "Good idea. We should talk to him."
um I, I will tell him first what I need to tell him before you interrupt.
What?
I
I
said
would interrupt you. I would never do that. We are one. Remember,
I am Miri.
we are kindred spirits. I am Miri.
No, you're not.
Yes,
You
I
are
am.
whatever the blue stone is.
I
But
am.
part of it,
I am every bit as Miri as you are.
no, I've never talked to myself. Thank you.
Yes, you have. We all do. It's just that now you have a friend in the mind business.
Inside, she's screaming.
Yeah, too bad you don't have anybody to share this information with. Kept it all yourself. This is going to be so much more easy to do now that we're
No,
on the same
she's
page.
gonna do. She's
Yeet.
gonna give it to to uh to Veritas first and ask him what she should do.
Okay,
She,
so you're going to go to the temple, do the ritual, and talk to
yeah,
Brutus.
and talk to Veritas.
Which level spell are you using?
I'll use a ninth level.
Ooh,
It's that important to me.
all right.
I I need your wise counsel, Veritas. It's more than asking questions. Please talk with me.
As you're doing your ritual, at first it feels like maybe there's nobody there. It's like an echo chamber. And then about 3 rows out in the pew is sitting a green-clad individual, hood up over his head. He's actually kicked back in the chair, uh, smoking a pipe. He goes, "What is it now, my dear?" And you hear the other voice go, "Oh, goody."
I have a voice in my head that's not me. It claims to be me, but it is not me. I interacted with the tears of, oh, I wrote it down in the book. I can't remember the pronunciation. Let me go back to Mary. Dara, Friday, Aaron,
Clearly, Jane
Elwin.
is playing way too many roleplay games, guys. We need to just maybe tell her to calm down. No.
Wow.
Okay, no, we wouldn't say that. We'd
Of,
say the more the merrier.
Tears of Magnor. Mag.
Moraga.
Maraga. Maraga. MRG. Okay. MRG. Mr. G. Okay. Marag. Oh, yeah, that's on the back of another page.
The response is kind of surprising. The who? The what? And you hear the young girl's voice chuckle a bit in the back, almost like a chicken clucking.
Okay, I interacted with a massive blue stone that fell where the anvil was. At first, we thought it was a large stone, and I, shall we say, unearthed it and unseated it, and it was bigger than the biggest kite. I
And
I did a commune with nature on the nature of the stone because we had gone there specifically to find the star stone, as
uh-huh.
it was called in the histories, and because Cord wanted a weapon to on his road to godhood, he could kill the beast that he's supposed to kill,
Okay.
which is a Tarask. Commune with nature said it was it came from a time before time was ever recorded anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
It is an alien life form, and it was alive.
And you talk to it.
Yes.
Would that be correct, or would you actually say that you communed with it?
I communed with it. In fact, it took me into it.
Oh.
They used a phrase that I am uncomfortable with. We are enough for we are many.
How are you uncomfortable with that? That is our mantra. That has always
One,
been our mantra. Since before you became my follower, we use that mantra.
I understand, but I also heard that from a Dayan elf recently, referring to his kind.
Well, yes, because they were followers of Viridis before they fell. Even
Well,
even before they were known as the Veils, they served life.
and I am sad for what they are now.
No, that's their fault.
Um,
They brought that
actually,
upon
as
themselves.
actually as I understood it, it was caused by somebody else.
It was a
It was
Dayan. It was their own kind.
a Dayan did this to Dayan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is awful.
Mm-hmm. So I said
Can it be
they got what they
can it be
deserved.
can it be corrected?
Only time can tell you that.
Okay, I now have this other personality that's sitting in me.
No, you
Like
don't, she says.
now it's telling me no, I don't. It keeps on telling me that she is me.
I am you.
You know what my wish is before I ever look at becoming a deity.
What's that?
Have a full life,
Mm-hmm.
have children, husband and children, maybe even grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's sitting in there. Oh, we have to get rid of this thing that you look like and make you acceptable to others. And we have to get you moving around so you can find a husband
Well, that's true.
and children. But I don't want some foreign alien thing inside me that contaminates my children.
How is it contaminating you if it's you?
I don't. What do you mean it's me? I never had a voice talk. I might talk to myself, but I never had a voice talking back at me.
Oh, come on. Even I have voices that talk back to me.
She looks at him. Can you tell if this is a bad thing?
Hmm. So now we're dropping to augury? Wheel or
No,
woe for the next day? Or are you talking about like for your life?
for my life.
Hmm. What prophecies do you already have in place for your life, Gene? Miri?
I'll have 4 children and I will lose one. I will find love. It'll be in an unexpected way.
Hmm.
Those are the only prophet.
Well, this
The
sounds like
last,
an unexpected way.
the last two were given by an elf in the Mirkwood. No, what
Mm-hmm.
is it?
Not the
Yeah,
Mirkwood.
Mirkwood. In Mirkwood,
Not
after
Mirkwood. Not Mirkwood.
um,
It's on the map.
yeah, it's on the map. It's on the map. Uh,
Mornglade.
Morn Glade.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, cord. There were trees that resisted us cutting them down as we built a road through it.
Mm-hmm.
The, the other ones fell as normal, so they pushed it over, and there was a baby inside.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to the baby, and it started dying in my hands, and nothing I could do could save it.
Mm.
And the elves came out and said, "You just put her down because she was going to die." He was the one that gave me that I will have 4 children, and this was one of them.
Jay,
Well, so far it sounds like we're spot on then.
But what about this voice in my head?
You said you were going to find a spouse by an unconventional means.
Well, that's what I was told by others,
Oh,
by
yes,
him.
I know, but you often look to the advice of others. You're talking to me now.
Yeah, I. It wasn't. It was freely given. I didn't ask for that. He he gave that to me. The only other one is I would get married. I would have a spouse.
Mm. Well, that sounds good if you're going to have kids to have a spouse. That's probably a good plan.
Yes, that is the normal way that it is done. As far as I'm concerned, that's the only way it's going to be done.
I still don't see a problem.
You don't. Not in the foreseeable future.
I'm only seeing you. I don't see anybody else.
Okay.
I understand having discussions with yourself. I get that. I even know about losing arguments with yourself. I get that as well. But I'm not sure you're asking me my advice for you. My advice for you is live your life. Don't live somebody else's life.
Okay. Um, I lied for the first time to one of my friends.
Oh, well, that's
I
different.
Yeah, and it's really bugging me
Why?
because I have never held things back from anybody
No, but why did you lie?
because I'm not sure how he would take it.
Why? they not always tell you the truth?
I think they do. I think I can resolve my problem by telling them.
That might help a lot.
Yes. And yes, it will because it weighed heavily on me.
And be careful with that Iros guy. When he walks in here, I can't see as clearly.
Do you think he's turned dark?
Dark, light, that really doesn't matter. Even to any of the veils, they all understand that slip. No, this is the sun is blotted from the sky kind of dark. Like the light that is supposed to be within him is not.
He's like hollow.
Like he's almost ascended already.
I
Spoopy.
do hope Rogram has ascended, though I will miss him. If he ascends, that's fine. He belongs somewhere else.
Yeah, but that's not Rogram. You've said it twice, and it's not Rogram. I'm
Yeah,
talking
it's
about
not
the Iris.
Rogram.
I'm talking about the Iris guy. I'm worried about him.
Okay.
So be cautious.
I will tell my clerics to be watchful and in council. Well, I'm not sure if I should tell the council this.
Are you getting into the habit of lying now?
I don't know. I don't know these people as well as I knew the other clerics before.
But you lied to your own friends first.
Yes, and that's the worst of all. Yes, and I'm going to rectify that before I do anything else.
That probably would help you a lot.
Yeah. Thank you for your counsel. I needed something more than answers to questions.
You just needed to trust yourself.
I should have
And
trusted
you and
myself.
when he says that, the girlish voice inside chuckles.
Okay. I think I need to take a quick trip to Bridgeton and find Cord and Jacob.
Okay, you
and
will find that when you get back to Bridgeton, the cord is sequestered in one of the structures at the Brightwood Estate, and he's only accepting messengers from that he's been basically acting like a courier service. His runners come in and bring him information, and he sends them back out to get more.
Okay. I
News grind, baby. I'm addicted to it.
That's right.
I
Just
walk
just
up.
just wait till the gnomes show up. They're only a few weeks out.
I go ahead and I go to him.
Okay. He's just sent the last dispatch out, and he's sitting there, head in his hands, a little stressed over all the stuff he's having to consider.
Theo's. Oh, sorry.
Well, I don't know what you've been doing, but you seem to be maybe in need of a little bit of refreshment. And Cord, I need to talk to you.
Oh,
Privately.
hi, Mary. How are things in Concordia?
I am not sure that the temple complex was fine, but Aerosmith is up there and he's calling himself Eros, and he's made a statue of himself and is putting it up on top of the temple complex.
That's
And
not good.
no, and I had a warning from Veritas that when he is there around the temple or in the temple, that there seems to be a darkness with him.
So let me get this straight. He's come in and he's helped you restore the temple.
No, he didn't restore the
Yes,
temple,
he
but
did. He helped. No, Gene, while you were
he
gone,
helped.
he did help.
He did help to restore the temple.
And in doing so, he put his stamp or watermark on it. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but Veritas is saying that he actually brings with him in a darkness that he cannot see as clearly when he is here.
Um,
Like, and Veritas used the words, I'm telling you the truth. That
Now
he
that's
said,
the first time. Just quickly, out of character in the meta. That is the first time ever that this character that Mary has ever had to put that imperative on her statement. I'm not lying to you. That should set up a huge red flag.
hey, Miri, how are things going with you? Have a seat. I'm gonna
Yeah.
gesture for her to have a
no,
seat.
you don't have to. I will tell you the truth.
Well, Miri, you always tell me the truth.
Yes, but not earlier today.
No,
Uh,
last week.
Last week, not earlier.
I mean,
On the day that I communed with it.
what with the stone?
Yeah.
Um,
I did tell you that there was many voices talking to me, right?
yes, you did.
And then I said I asked for one voice so I could understand. I
Right.
got the one voice.
Yes.
Then they broke apart and were kind of like arguing amongst themselves.
Uh-huh.
And I can't remember if there was something after that. Well, anyway, then I was released. But
Yes.
there's another, there's somebody in my head with me.
No, there's not. We're together. We're the same. I am Miri.
It
And
insists it's Miri, and we are the same. And they use the word, uh, we are enough or we are many. And now it's calling me us.
or just puts his head in his hands. There's someone in your head with you, Mary?
Yes. I am still in control of me.
Okay.
Yes, you're doing exactly what we need to have done.
What does it
Now
say
it's
to you?
saying you are doing exactly what we need to have done.
Have you been, so wait, what does it tell you, Mary? Do you
I'm
talk
telling
to
you
it?
what I just said. It talks to me in my head,
Okay.
and I
Well,
answer in my head
is it
because
nice?
she has a nice voice and she hasn't done anything
Why,
yet
thank
except
you.
laugh,
You're so
except
kind.
except laugh at me.
I only
Oh,
laugh with you. I'm not laughing at you.
does it?
It just said I only laugh with you, not at you.
So you don't feel like it's a part of you. It feels alien.
Well, it obviously is something from that alien thing.
I'm not. You were supposed to be with us. It took all
Now
this time to get you to where we could communicate.
it
So
said we were always supposed to be with you, but this is the earliest time we've had a chance to communicate. I initiated it because I had contact with the stone.
when you ask it what it is, what does it tell you?
Okay, she asked, "What are you?
I'm
Who are you?"
Miri.
Okay, what is the stone? What makes up the stone?
The tears of Miri.
The stone is made up of tears of Mary, which before it was called Maraga.
Um,
Maraga.
it was called the Tears of, yeah,
Maraga.
Maragon, yeah,
Maragon. D-O-N. I forgot the N.
Maragon, yeah.
Maragon. Mar Maragon.
Um, what is the stone? Well, according to the books I read in the library in Selk, it is a rock that existed between celestial bodies long before there was life on Nycos. So, to be honest, it could be anything.
Okay.
Um,
But
however, um, so it hasn't done anything hostile to you yet.
no.
Has it told you? Have you asked it what it wants?
It wants me to propagate.
Marry and reproduce.
Are you
Marry and reproduce. I mean, that's what I had in mind anyway, but I don't want to produce children that might
Get
be
rid
tasty.
of the demons, the dragon stone. It's no longer necessary. For we are sufficient, for we are the many.
And now it says it needs to get rid of the demon arc, the
No, no,
demon
the dragon.
stone,
No, not demon arc, dragon stone.
the dragon stone, because we are enough. We are many.
I recognize the words Dragonstone.
Yeah,
It is.
it's the orb of dragon kind.
Ah. Ah.
Okay, my problem with that, she's saying this out loud. My problem with that, dear other voice, is that I keep it away from the owner or she who would possess it, and we don't want her to possess it. I bear the curse and
It's only a matter of time till we turn them too.
turn them to what? Now it's laughing when I asked her turn them to what.
Okay.
She's
Mary,
actually talking out loud with Gord.
okay, Mary. You're attuned to the orb of dragonkind, right?
Yes.
Do you want to try and unattune from it to see what happens to the voice in your head?
I don't think the orb has anything to do with a voice.
Okay.
If I unattune, it would mean destroying the orb.
Oh. Okay, well then don't do that. The Rock said that magic was an abomination, yes?
Yes. It says Vex is bad. It has to do with the dragons, the demons. No, it was bad. You don't need Vex. It is bad. That was my understanding.
Okay. I'll ask it one more question for me, and then Mary, there's not much I can do for you.
I understand. I talked to Veritas. He saw no problem.
Okay. Well,
I have no problem with how I look. Sometimes it makes me sad, but that's all. Because by being
okay, ask it. Could you ask the voice?
It probably hears you. And she'll tell me, and I'll tell you.
Oh no! When he says I ask you, it says I'm Mary.
She's saying I'm Mary. So you ask Mary, and you will get. I will tell you her answer. Because she can't.
No, I will tell him my answer.
Okay.
No, I will speak your answer.
No, I will speak my answer, for I am Mary.
She is saying this out loud. It's insisting that she is Mary, and she will tell you, and that means I will tell you.
Gotta make an insight check.
Sure.
On Mary.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 15.
Yeah, she seems to be under the influence of some sort of magic.
Okay. Well, I at first thought, Mary, that this situation was caused by the Rock giving you some sort of personality disorder, but I now see that is not the case. Okay. Ask the voice what it thinks of magic.
He's asking, what do you think of magic?
I got it. I heard the question. I'm thinking. I think magic is a waste of time. There's so much more power in the universe than magic.
That seems like a very...
She relates it. Or do I speak those words? No, she will relate it. She will not give control.
I was going to say, you want me to speak? She gladly. She says, no, I'll take care of this if you want.
No. She says you don't need it because there's so much more power in the universe. What did she in the universe?
I knew you'd mess it up. So there's so much more useful power than magic.
There's so much more useful power than magic.
That seems tailored to my ears. Mary, I would just, for now, until we can talk to someone who knows about this kind of thing, I'll ostracize it as much as you can and not let it get very familiar with you.
I understand. It's what that's why I keep to the word
When you
I.
say that, all of a sudden the tips of your fingers and toes tingle. If you ever had neuropathy, that's what's going on.
Oh yeah, I have a bit, but I didn't have to suffer a lot of nerve pain. It just went dead.
Yeah, well, in this case, you're getting the annoying nerve pain as each of your toes is feeling like it's being stabbed with a
Stop
little tiny
that.
knife. Oh, he's right. I need to experience so much more of you.
Yes, but I don't need that.
There's some things I can think of that you do need, and you feel a tingle in a place that ain't supposed to be happening in public.
I'm just kidding.
You okay, Mary?
Stop
You've
that.
gone pale all of a sudden.
And look at. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Cord.
she's licking her lips a little bit and seeming a little nervous. Maybe she crosses her legs a little more tightly as she's sitting there in the chair.
Okay.
Uh,
Um,
I have to have a talk with this.
You want to know what I've been doing?
What? Yes, please tell me. Distract
Distract me, exactly.
I have been running an information war on the South. According to my sources, there are 4 warlords who are seeking masks. And Callisto has another orb of the dragon kind, apparently. Callisto's the queen of the dragon empire.
Oh, Callisto or the Queen?
Callisto is the queen. She is the
Callisto
chosen
is the
one.
Oh.
queen.
She's
Yes.
the chosen one of the dragons.
I wonder what curse she ended up with.
Well, she's dragon, so maybe she
Well-
got a pass.
No. Specifically, I told you what she did. She withdrew from the alliance with the sect gens and is isolated dragonkind.
Oh. I'm gonna go talk to her in a few days. I'm building up my entourage.
I am going to take a quick trip, or as quick as I can make it to Elwindale. But before that, I'm going to go talk to Regulus.
Ciao.
Thank you.
Oh. I'll be here.
I will find you if you just leave a kind of a forwarding address at the last place I find you, and that way I can catch up with you.
Okay. Good day, Mary.
Good day. Cord, take care.
Okay.
Remember, you don't have to be impatient to do what you do because
The voice in your head says since you don't want to call me Miri, let's make this easy. Call me Iram.
Iram.
Yeah, Miri spelled backwards. Iram,
Iram.
like Eros in Iram.
Yeah,
I can see
Iram.
I can see a marriage made in heaven.
I can't. Rogram maybe, but not this one.
Oh no, this one's a much more virile specimen.
They're the same.
No, they're
Yo.
not. They're not.
Get your hands off me. I'm betrothed.
I will go.
Anyway, so she chuckles at me and goes, "Oh, he's fun.
He is.
We could have a dalliance with that. I'll bet that's massive."
I don't think that will work.
You'd be surprised what magic can overcome.
I still thank you. I would like to have children of a more reasonable.
Okay. All right.
A
Corey's
compatible
like, "All right,
male.
all right. I'm glad I'm not in this room for this conversation."
No, I'm sorry, Cord. God, I'm gonna have to learn to shut my mouth.
I got a name for you're the voice.
It's Iram.
No.
What?
I'm gonna call it you cheeky little frick from now on. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
Cheeky freak. There's her. The cheeky freak.
Frick. I think he said
He
frick.
said frick, but I was just making
Yeah,
a poetic out of it.
a cheeky freak. a freaky cheeky, or cheeky freaky. Okay.
All right, so we're gonna go back to.
Cord, take care. We'll see about Jacob. Are
We'll
you
have,
taking
we'll have to
Jacob
figure out
with
what we're
you?
gonna fix for Iris for his first meal with us. That'll be amazing.
Okay. She'll go have a good meal.
With
Uh,
Eros?
yeah. No. Oh no. Oh no.
You weren't listening.
I thought you said Iram.
No, I said Iram's gonna invite Iris over. Yeah, but we're not home yet. So where are we going now?
I'm jumping to High Peak, to Regulus's place,
Right,
and I
not
know
no, that's not High Peak.
that
Elvald.
Hellvault.
Hell Vault.
Yeah, but I'm going.
When you show up in Hell Vault, the first thing they ask is where's the Brobdingnac, because we've got business to tend to.
Uh, are the dragons still down there?
Are the dragons still down there?
The dragonkin still down at the bottom of the steps.
Oh no, that was days ago.
Okay, who's saying that?
You're not even going to. You have to. You're just now walked through the gate, and there's people there that have been waiting for the Brobdingnac because decisions need to be made, and he hasn't been here in a long time. He's that
Okay,
some of his army has made it back here, but only they were passing through because he has them on assignment. So
give me a moment. I'll fetch him. She jumps back. Uh, Cord. Oh,
Yes. No, I'm here.
I'm back from Hellvault. They need you there.
Oh,
Can you take a moment? I'll make sure to come back and get you and take you back to Bridgeton.
yes,
you
of
don't have
Oh,
course.
to.
but
You don't have
you
to.
don't
He lives
have
under
to.
the bridges.
He has the things.
Yeah.
Okay. Um.
So all you really need to do is just let him know that that they want him. That way he can choose his own timing because he's already set on a path for a few days of gathering this information, so he can't just hop up and leave.
Okay. Anyway, that's what I have to tell you. And
Thank
now she just steps directly to. She's been at his temple often enough. So
No,
she's,
no. Regulus won't allow it.
oh, Wagulus won't allow it.
No, he'd have his own protections on the place because he don't want anybody just walking in. If your gates become
Okay.
compromised, then all of a sudden he's got bad guys coming in his door. So no, you still have to come into Hell Vault and walk the distance.
Okay. Well, she at least goes to the base of the area.
Right. Well, as close as you can get, but
Yeah.
it's still some distance off from it, and it's not really a gate, so it actually still takes you to jump to Hell Vault and then step through. And when you get there and he's not with you, they are kind of disappointed, and they do kind of suggest that maybe his rulership needs to be diverted to his cousin because the cousin at least has been here the whole time.
Well, that'd be kind of tough because the cousin fricking died.
Oh, well, there's that too. But at least he died in the cause of our country instead of off.
I mean,
chasing a
he
worm.
got assassinated.
Oh, there's that too.
And I set up a council of 21 people to start to run the place.
Yeah, so they still would like to see their king from time to time. Remember,
That's fair enough.
it's been remember, it was a compressed 7 months since they've seen you. So
I will have to stop by Hellvold.
there was time for somebody to come in and build a library for Pete's sake, and you weren't even here. So
On a mission from God.
yeah, God's time is not our time. We understand. Okay, so when you walk over to Regulus's place, no, the Dragonborn are not still waiting outside. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
outside there is a looks like a pile of offerings stacked up there. There also seems somebody has erected a pillory, including the manacles.
Okay. She notes it, and she'll perhaps ask him why that is down there. But
You know what I mean when I say a pillory, right?
yes, I exactly know what you mean. it's either the one where they have to stand with their hands through slotted wood that clamp down on their wrist, or it's something where they're chained to it.
Yeah, it's the chain to it kind. The manacles are thumping against the side of the stone monolith.
A sacrifice?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, that doesn't make sense. But no accounting for some people. She goes on
So
up.
you take
And,
take the long walk up and past the
yeah.
different ritual signs and all of that.
Yep.
And you notice that on each of the steps, there's another pile of what looks like offerings. Like somebody's come up and left loot on the stairs. And it's not just loot, but it's food and flasks of water and uh, big barrels and all kinds of stuff.
She continues up. She notes each of it. It's his stuff, so she doesn't.
Right?
She has never
So
been.
when you
part of
finally
it.
make it up to the top, there is for lack of a better term, a relatively large and fat kobold sitting at a reception desk. It's got a little sign above it that says reception. He's got a long feathered quill in an inkwell right next to this big book, and you can hear
A
the sound
goblin?
of action and industry back in the back.
Where's Regulus?
Um, I'm sorry. I please need to have you sign in. Do you have an appointment with His Righteousness?
Yes,
Indeed. And your name is?
Mary Elwyn.
I don't see you on today's schedule. What time was your
I
appointment?
now.
Thought the orb would dominate his ass.
She will. She'll charm. I don't know. I think I have charm or command.
I was wait,
Command.
You're reaching for the orb.
wait,
No, she
wait.
won't. I don't have to.
I was just joking.
No,
I'm
he
sorry.
jokingly said, "Yeah, just grab the orb and make him do what you want."
No, I'm not. I don't touch that. No, I scry in a bowl. I got a bowl. I got a crystal. My focus crystal I can scry in, or a bowl I can scry in. But I did that,
Hey,
but
as long as
I
you don't
didn't.
go to the bathroom in it, because then if you did, it would be your potty and you could scry if you wanted.
It's my party, and I just can scry if I want to. I wouldn't want to.
You would scry too if it happened to you.
Anyway, um, she looks at him and commands him. I
Oh,
have my
what is your
appointment.
command? You get one word.
One word.
That's how a
Ooh.
command works.
Get out of.
That's more
Move
than one
away.
word.
Move.
He gets up, he does a tete-a-tete, sits back down.
Okay, I just walked past them.
Okay, so you walk about 40 feet and you come to a place where all of a sudden physically it feels very uncomfortable to be here. Like your skin is peeling off of your body.
And the little person at the desk says, he does not want to be disturbed unless you have an appointment.
Make me an appointment for now.
Now, come back here. I don't want you to stand in that anti-life area very long. It'll start to affect your health.
Okay, she walks back.
Yeah, so that next area was actually protection from life, and if you walked any further, you would have died. Well, they just drag you back out of it and you can revive, but it's an area where you can't live. Anyway,
Axe.
he picks up a rock on the desk, and you hear this click, click.
Yes, there's a Miri of Elwyn here to see you, sir. I tried to explain. Yes, but she said she. All right.
He turns and pushes a button on the desk. There's kind of a high-pitched wheezing sound, and he says, he'll see you now, and he points back to the back.
Is the barrier gone?
That's what that wheezing sound was, yes.
All right. She is going in protected. She is throwing up her mage armor. She is throwing up. No, she doesn't have mage armor. She's throwing up shield of faith. She's throwing up divine favor.
All right. You walk in and you see something very surprising. You see a full-sized, full-blown red dragon sitting on top of the pile of treasure. It's huge. It's not full gargantuan. It's a huge
I have a
red dragon.
promise to keep.
Who are you?
I'm Regulus. Who the hell are you?
I'm Mary of Elwyn.
All right. That makes everything clear as mud. Why the hell are you here?
Because I've come many times to speak to you before when you were a gold
What?
tinge.
What? Excuse me? Did you just insult me? You came into my domain, into my very lair, and you deigned to insult me?
You called yourself Regulus.
I am Regulus. I took that
You-
name legitimately long ago. It stands for ruler.
Okay. And you do not remember me?
Why would I remember a piddly little mortal like you? You're barely enough for even a snack. What offerings do you bring? I'll consider letting you live.
I can offer you the voice in my head.
The voice inside your head goes,
I guess I can't offer you, can I? Okay. No, I've
because you'd have to admit, you'd have to offer Mary of Elwyn, because that's who she says she is.
no. She said her name is
Mary of Elwyn.
Aram.
No, I said you can call me Aram.
You can call you Aram. Okay, I won't. I guess I can't do that. Well, you are not the Regulus I knew.
Well, you're not anything I remember either, so guess we're even there. Still, you came to my lair. Usually this is where you bow and scrape and ask my forgiveness and offer me anything from your firstborn to a pile of loot to stop raiding your village.
I don't have a village.
Oh, did I already kill it? Let me look at my
Oh.
list. You're from Tetnif?
No,
How about Nephi?
no,
Neferi?
no,
Jadenai.
no.
So which village did I destroy that you're from?
In, the others destroyed my village, not you.
Oh! Oh, you're one of those refugees. Yeah.
No.
So how did you get away? I don't see the marks of the manacles on your wrists.
I don't think I've ever been manacled in my life.
You are indeed a great prize. Who sent you?
I came because I usually confer with Regulus about things that I have difficulty dealing
Why
with.
are you speaking to me in the third person? I'm right here.
Because you are not the dragon I
I
know.
am, in all ways, the great dragon Regulus.
Dear God. How long have you been this color?
Well, I've been a red dragon for all my life.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. I wanted to be a red dragon even before I was a dragon. Back in the past, I was a dragon-blooded sorcerer. And I started eating gold coins. And I had 6 friends. And we did something really horrible. And I've forgotten what that was.
Oh shoot, Regulus was an adventurer.
You were an adventurer in the seventh iteration?
I don't know what that means. It's always been the now, as far as I know.
It's the now, but it wasn't when you were alive.
What are you talking about? I don't remember any of that. I can't help it. We did something really bad, though.
That's probably why you forgot.
No, I more than likely forgot because of some stupid magic that I didn't take into account. I'm usually pretty good at contingency plans. I mean, that's why I started eating gold, because I knew that dragons take their lair with them when they die, so.
Well, I wish you well of your diet.
Well, you still haven't given me your gift. I'm waiting for it.
I really don't have a gift for you.
Well, then it's sacrifice it'll be, I guess.
No,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way it goes. You came to a red dragon's lair. You didn't bring a gift. I think it's in the contract.
what contract?
That's a joke. I gave up on the law long ago when they failed me.
When you were an adventurer,
Uh-huh.
okay, would you ever have considered eating a person?
Actually, we did several times.
Who did?
We did.
Who's we?
What difference does it make?
It does make a difference.
Why? It's okay to eat people socially, but you can't eat them individually?
You shouldn't eat them at all, but I understand red dragons often do. But you aren't the person that I came to see.
I'm Regulus. This is Regulus's lair.
Well, time apparently has switched things around again.
Sounds like you got a rough life if time can change so quickly that it affects you. I mean, your lives are so short it makes no sense, you know. In the scale of
I've
my
had
life,
it.
it's been a blessing for the last 7 months. It's been bounty since the valleys down below seem to be completely maintained and repaired, and so I just had to start the necessary work of uh, conditioning them, and it's coming along quite well.
So she turns and starts walking away.
Wait! Not so fast. And you hear a grumbling sound. He says, "You won't make it out that way, and I can eat you dead or alive, so it doesn't much matter to me. Come on, you got to have something you can offer me, something worthy of my status as the Dominion King of the Dragons in this
I
mountain
have
range."
one thing.
No.
No, you don't know what I'm doing. So
Oh, never mind.
she takes out a gold dragon. She takes out a dragon.
Where did you get that?
Been in my family for a long time.
How many you got?
I have one. Who who do you ever know that has a dragon that has more than one of them?
He sniffs around. Are you carrying them on, Eugene?
No, I'm not.
Where?
But I
Okay.
did have one.
Okay.
It's in the temple.
He's very skeptical. He says, if you've got one, you probably have 100. People don't even show them unless they've got multiples.
Truth. I do not have 100. I have this one.
Hmm. Well, considering its worth in value, I will accept it as your offering. Toss it on the pile.
Um, she said, "Well, just a moment. Can I put a curse on it?"
If you try to cast a spell in here, you probably get flamed.
Okay. Damn. Too bad. Anyway, she'll toss the coin on the pile.
Okay. He sees the coin, flicks it with one of his toenails, and says, "All right, off with you. Make sure you bring back more of those when you come next time."
As long as you are this red dragon, I will not return.
Well, that's probably wise, because as long as I'm this red dragon, I'll probably still get hungry.
Okay, she leaves.
Okay. Shall
And
I
as
set
soon
in,
as-
as you go walk past the attendant, the little kobold goes, "Shall I set you another appointment?"
No, not as long as he's a red dragon. and
He's a red dragon.
he is a red dragon, and she then steps right from there away. Can she step away?
Yes, on the way out you can.
Okay, she just steps away.
Okay. How rude. Okay, where'd you step to?
And I step back to Bridgeton.
Ooh, that's a long jump. All right.
She goes to Cord.
Mm-hmm. Hey, come to see you 3 times in the same day. It's a little hard to have spy meetings when she keeps wandering back in.
Hey, you would walk in.
Well,
There's like a wooden round table, and there's like 12 people,
Right.
with like dirty clothes, and they're talking about, I don't know,
Who knows
the
what?
South.
she stands very discreetly off to the side and waits.
Yeah, but
Right.
the people he's been working with are all spies and double agents and stuff, so they're pretty skittish. So when you walk in, there are 12 people. You blink and there's 4, and then you blink again and they're all gone, because they are.
Oh, great, Mary. I have a sign that says "Don't disturb the informants."
Been a change up out of Hell Vault.
Is it bad?
Bad.
How bad?
Regulus is a red dragon. And he
That's not good.
says he was once an adventurer.
And he's eating Goliaths.
He's eating Goliath.
Mira, you know what this means, right?
No, that's a time change. It has to be a time change. He calls himself Regulus. He has
I'm not
goblins.
concerned about the time change or how it happened, but you know what this means for me?
What?
I promised Gold Dragon Regulus I would kill him if he ever returned. And then he said to me, "Yes, I foresee you doing this." So you know what?
Dun, dun, dun.
I don't think I can kill him now. So I don't know what to do, Mary. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources.
Wait a moment. Again.
You've got your country's 50th anniversary plan, your wife to murder, and Gilder to frame for it. Quite frankly, you're swamped.
I don't know the
again,
reference you're
patience, Cord. Patience.
Patience, Mary.
There will be time. If and when you become a god, you will be able to take care of it. I will help you to the best of my ability. I can keep you healed. But he has an anti-life shield around his place.
Anti-life shell? That's not like, isn't that like a 4th level, or sorry, 5th level spell?
Yeah.
But it's an arcane
that just keeps you,
spell.
no life can pass through, so
yeah,
that's fine.
It's an arcane spell. Oh,
Yep.
If you become a god, are you alive in the normal sense of the word?
Mary, I get I've spoken to several deities about this, but again, 10 intelligence working over here, okay?
Right. He's having a tough time. He's just given him another crisis of identity. Holy crap, a dragon I promised to kill now is a dragon I gotta kill.
Oh boy. Well, I'm just gonna have to put a pin in that, I guess. I have to go talk to Callisto.
I would. He did say he was an adventurer that had 6 friends and they did something bad.
Yeah, this is getting better and better. First, though, can you step me to Hellwald? I would like to make a public service announcement.
Okay. You can go there yourself.
Oh, please don't make me walk.
He wants to go with you. He doesn't want to go by himself.
Okay. I will be delighted to accompany such a great king.
Before we go, may I ask how bad the eating situation is?
Their people are. He said he hadn't got them totally conditioned, but they're getting that way.
And how many villages did he rattle off that he destroyed?
He rattled off 5 or 6 village names that he had.
Well, I only control
either
one.
Cowed or destroy. He said destroy. Those are ones he destroyed.
Has he destroyed Hellwald?
The Hellwald city still stands.
Good.
But there was Jarden and names I had never heard of. One that started with N and
Neri and Nunez and
Yeah, they're all sub-communities in the Mirabelle. I got you.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I grew up with them, so yes, I know. I'm very familiar with these. I can't believe he would be so ballsy as to destroy my home Vale. When my whole thing with the South is over, I'm going to tear him down, scale by scale and bone by bone, and spread his ashes across the
We
Vale.
wish there was a way we could revert him to what he was.
I will push his mouth. Oh. You could ask Tiamat if there's any way to do that.
Oh no, I'm not going to talk to her.
Oh,
and
yeah,
ask
Tiamat
her.
would be glad to help.
No.
Especially
Yeah, she
since
would.
he has an orb. Or since, since Callisto's got an orb.
But anyway, yeah, because he touched those villages, I am now bound by duty and honor and kin and all that to destroy him, or at least fix
I know
him.
what I want on my staff. A high level dispel magic.
Ooh.
Maybe 3 charges a day.
You
Three
shall not pass.
And then
The fires of Uldun will not avail you.
yeah, I'll think of that. And then probably one of a mass heal or something like that, where I can just cast it out, an extended, widen, heightened, maximized heal. So I can bring people. I would probably be near the heroes, or want to be near the heroes, to make sure I can keep them up. Because she heals herself if there's a big battle. She'd really be more of a healer in the big battle. Anyway,
Okay, so when you step through the cacophony, the roars of all hail Brobdingnag are deafening at first. But you also see that several of them actually have signs, painted signs that say, "Down with the Brobdingnag, bring back a local king." That kind of thing.
Good old democracy. I will raise my hands for silence.
Well, I don't know who Silence is, but they all quiet down eventually. Boom, boom.
Helvold, I'm back.
Huzzah! Welcome back, my lord.
I apologize, first off, for my ridiculous absence. As I told you when I became ruler here, my reign would be very distant, shall we
Spotty.
say?
Spotty, erratic, untrustworthy.
Yes. Exactly, yes, all of the above, yes. I trust that my counsel I put here has served you well in my absence.
Well, the problem with the Council of 21 is it doesn't take long to split into groups of 7, and therefore you get 3 of them, and so hard to pass legislation when everybody's bogged down and they're still trying to follow the old ways of whoever has might makes right, so they're posturing all the time. So you created basically a small version of Byzantium.
You're gonna have to refine your court
Let's pay someone to do that.
and pick the intelligent ones.
Tell me, Halvold, what has troubled you in my absence?
What the F is up with helping the dragon?
My informant here, Miri, I'm going to pat Miri on the shoulder, has told me that things have changed with Regulus.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
The bastard ate my cousin and his family up at Neri 2 weeks ago. Burned the place to the ground.
These are grave times. Certainly, we have a
Grave?
ancient.
Grave? You want to be the one digging the graves? There's plenty of those to go around.
These times are grave. We have an ancient red dragon who is on the loose in the Mirror Vale. This is no time to cast aspersions, however, because I am here and I will help you.
Yay! Huzzah! That's what we're talking about. Kick its ass.
Yes. I will go to Regulus, representing the entire Mirror Vale,
Smash him with fire. Oh,
and I will tell him off sternly, representing all of us.
Harsh language. Yeah, that'll work.
Yes, harsh language. Yes, of course. And you have my word that if he comes back here after I've told him off, I will personally come and defeat him. And you may have.
Wait. You're going to give him 2 chances?
Yes.
What about Olaf? You didn't give Olaf a second chance.
Who's Olaf?
He was that very first Goliath that suggested that you shouldn't be king that you beat up the very first time you came to town.
Excuse me?
You don't remember knocking him unconscious?
What? Who? I
Olaf.
don't at all.
Olaf.
No.
Olaf.
No.
Olaf Gunnarsson.
I
Lived up next to the edge of the Holdfast area. Remember? Don't remember that? It was a great, glorious fight. Took him down. You took him down 3 different times. He kept standing up. You kept punching him back down. It was great.
I just distinctly remember being averse to becoming a king.
No, you were very proud.
I remember.
You were proud to take the role. You even went so
I
far.
remember.
You even so far as grabbed the crown out of the priest's hands and put it on your own head.
Crown. there was. All right, I'm gonna go tell off Regulus. I'm gonna tell off Regulus now.
Don't you like the fact
the
that
Torg is back.
Don't you like the way the story rewrites itself based on time?
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! I'm gonna go tell off Regulus, and then I'm gonna go. You want to come, Miri? To Regulus. I'm gonna talk to him.
Oh, by the way, do you know what the deity Neith's last name is?
No.
Neith.
If you missed me, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You need to hear what he just heard, though.
What?
Tell him about your past. How did you become the Brobdingnag?
Oh, Miri. According to these people, my inauguration involved crown, me beating up someone who didn't want me to become king, and me ripping the crown from the priest's hands and putting it on myself.
Oh God!
Wait a minute.
I don't know where time changed.
Is this about this deal I made with Neith?
Yes, because Neith's last name is Atal.
Neith.
Yes.
Atal.
You really mugged him underneath Atal. You're really lucky underneath Atal.
Oh God! Just sometimes, it's so far out there. I am.
So apparently, Miri Neith has changed the past so that I'm now kind of...
No, it fits with the need of pride, the power of ownership. Remember, he told you you needed those things. Remember, he moves the pieces on the board. He noticed he did not wait for the pieces to move on their own.
Right. I'm going to go show Regulus whose valley this really is.
Nice.
Okay, wait a moment.
Come, Miri.
I cannot drop that shield. You'll need an arcane magic user. I don't think I can. I can always try. I love to spell magic at low level. I'd have to try it at a higher level.
Well, there's a way for you to do it. I think you could probably cast Feign Death and drag his body through the barrier.
But then I'd have to feign death too.
No, you just make sure that the offering you're bringing him is the Brobdingnag.
Okay.
That sounds
Drag his body?
good.
She's 80 pounds!
I weigh 1,000 pounds.
Drop him on a tensor's disc. Oh, wait, that's another magic user thing. Tell the kobolds to bring it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, drag my carcass in. Yes, do that. I shall prepare my hammer and my armor and my... actually, no, I'm not going to bring my gun. I'll just bring my hammer
I think
and my
that'd
armor.
be wonderful.
Okay, all right, fine, I'll bring my gun too.
Okay,
And I bring as many rounds as you can.
okay, but when you pick up the weapon, when was the last time you picked it up?
I don't really remember.
Right. So when you go to look through it to clear it and clean it like you're supposed to, it's full of black powder.
Okay, I'll clean out the back powder.
No, the black powder is solidified inside of it.
Well, I'm not bringing the gun.
It's like graphite.
You, why?
For the same
Because
reason
it's
for the same reason that happened to your gun, Gene.
Yeah, but Mary's asking, not
Yeah,
Valera.
that's true.
obviously time messed with my gun too.
Okay.
Well, let's either tell Regulus or die trying.
Wait a moment. Don't you think we should wait till we get some of the others with us?
Others. Bring the others.
What do you mean?
Okay. Maru, Amara, and Jacob.
Huh. She's saying no, let's wait for reinforcements. Let's not just
No, absolutely not. I'm sort of
Well-
sad I'm bringing you too. We're going. Or I'm going alone. It's up to you.
No,
Don't send me in there
Corey,
alone, Mary. Come with me.
I will go with you.
all right. To get to the base and the piles
But
of loot are being
I have
carried
to
up.
wait till the next day. I've already used some of my big spells. You're going to have to wait for one day.
Okay.
Or, I don't know.
Well, you
the
can
heck-
get over there. You can get over there in the evening and then just not go up until the morning.
Okay.
We'll do that.
That way, when you get over there, you see the he now has. God knows where they came from, but a little group of kobolds, all dressed, painted. They physically paint their bodies with red paint to look more like her, more like him, and they're the paint is still glistening on their bodies as they pick up the loot and run it up the mountain. So literally, the stairs are splotched with little red spots that look like blood that run up and down the entire
God, I
staircase.
wish I had wish. We don't have
That's
it.
a fun.
Clerks don't have wish, do they?
Clerks can get a wish, sure.
You've got
Would you let me try one?
You can burn a ninth level spell and activate a wish I'll give it to you as a ritual. But you got to
Okay.
follow all the
Divine-
rules of it, so you got to run the risk of never being able to cast one again. All that
What is-
weakness, all those things that
what does
Rogrim had to do.
divine intervention do? Isn't divine intervention kind of like a wish?
Yes, only you're petitioning a deity to do the job for you.
Oh, that's the difference. Wonder if I try. Oh, I just.
When you
Don't know
mention
how-
that, the voice, the other voice in your head says, "Oh, I can do that."
Reverse the time.
No,
That-
no. Why would I want to do that? No, 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 no. I can invoke the tears. The tears can manifest. You
What
are, after all, part of us now.
What are the tears?
Miri's tears, the big
Miri's-
blue rock that's immune to magic.
Yes.
I can invoke that with your permission.
The hell does that do?
What is
You'd
what
have to give
happened?
me, you'd have to give me permission to use your facilities, namely your body. You'd have to grant me the equality of using your voice.
This one time?
Oh, I'm sure this will be the only time. You hear her laugh.
Damn it.
I think we can just go to Regulus tomorrow.
Okay. The voice spoke in my head and said she can do it. She can invoke the tears of Mary, which
What's that going to do for?
apparently the blue stuff is immune to magic.
What's that going to do for us, though?
It being immune to magic, that means they can't be affected by the the shield of death, the anti-life shield. Now I think I can take that down by pumping up my dispel magic to a higher level than it is. I hope he didn't throw it at the highest level, but I will risk dropping it at the highest level.
Okay. Um, just let's just try to dispel magic. If you use maximum magic, then
Then it's his maximum magic against mine.
right. But I don't think dispel magic works on ninth level spells.
I don't think it's a no. I don't know. He cast it at ninth level. I don't know. I would if I were him, but
I don't know if he can cast at ninth level.
he's an he's a great he's a colossal
No,
or just
just humongous, just huge. But more importantly, he's already made it clear that he's a either a wizard or a warlock.
yeah, he's either a wizard or a warlock was his original what he was.
He better not be a warlock, because then I'm pretty sure the orb won't have an effect on him.
I understand.
Well, Mary, let's go dispel this
I'll
field.
tell you what, if things go bad, I will allow her the permission to call up the tears of
Miri's
More.
tears. It's so easy
Miri's
to remember.
tears.
It's
Miri.
ours. It belongs
Right.
to us.
Okay. All right, Mary.
It's
and
ours.
the
We
next
have
morning-
the power.
The next morning, when Mary gets her spell slots back,
Yep.
We will ascend to
So
Red
by then the stairs are all clean except for the splotchy red paint that makes it look like the stairs have been just drained, bathed in blood.
Disgusting. I'm gonna pompously walk up the
Oh.
stairs.
take a dragon with you. He demands tribute, or give me some gold if you can.
I'll give him his life. That's my tribute to him.
Okay, I will get you up there and do feign death on you.
So she's offering
And
to
have
kill
them.
you when you get up there. Isn't that nice of her?
Yeah. And
I
have
mean,
them
In
drag
my
him in.
current situation with what's going on right now with Cord's like, yeah, please, death.
I'm sorry, Cord.
I already died
Think about
once.
it, Mary.
I already died once today. I can do it again.
I got some elves constructing a sword. I've got Atherton coming at us with an army out of time. I've got to go talk to Callisto. My valley's being invaded. I've got a wife back up in Raccoon, and we've got this stupid Aerosmith guy about who's obviously got some weird stuff going on. I've got a lot to think about right now, Mary. So yes, please kill me.
Don't we all?
I get we're in the same boat, but
Yes, I know.
just kill
And
me.
No, I will do it, and then I just drop it when I want to, or I just set it for a certain time.
No, you have to activate it to bring it back.
Okay. A word?
Yep.
Can I set it for
Yep.
a word?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. So you go back upstairs.
Could I do it by a gesture?
No. Takes a verbal.
Okay. Too bad I didn't have silent spell.
Yep.
Well, they don't.
Too bad you're not a divine soul sorcerer. Or another kind
Yeah.
of sorcerer, so you could do that kind of thing. But you can't, so. Alright, so you guys walk upstairs. There's the little kobold sitting there. Do you have an appointment?
No, but I have returned with a gift for the
Indeed. And what is the gift?
the king of the Goliaths.
Oh! That's you, sir?
She drops him right there.
Like a sack of taters. Boom. Wow. That's impressive. You brought him all the way up here and then killed him? That's cold-blooded as shit. Oh, he's going to love you. Just a minute. She gets on the message. Yes, Miri of Elwyn's back. But she just wasted... She just wasted Cord. No, yeah, the Rob Neg. He's laying here dead in the office. I'll send her right in. He motions to a few other kobolds to help carry, and it takes like probably 20 to get him lifted off the ground, and stagger to drag him into the other room.
Drag him, nice pun, John.
Drag
Now-
the Rob Dignag. Yep.
No, drag him.
Yeah,
Like a okay.
They,
Yeah.
I
he
got it.
drops
Yep,
he drops a shield, right? It's like a wall. You
Yep.
pass through it and it would kill you. Okay, we're on the other side, right?
Yep.
Life is good on the other side, right?
Well, yeah, you want to be careful not to wake him up too soon because he won't be able to pull off the whole. This is my
I know.
gift. So
Okay.
So Cord's laying there at your feet. Regulus is clapping from his position. He's basically up on one elbow and clapping his paws together, his wings shuffling a bit in the darkness beyond. So, finally decided to get some oats, did you, girl?
Yes, I did.
Good.
Which
So
is-
now we can deal business. So I understand you're working on a new place up in Concordia.
Well, it's not just my place.
Oh no, I know. It's you're working under that new speaker, right? Under Eros, I think.
Eros.
No, Ralgrim. Ralgrim's his name, right?
No, Eros.
No. I'm pretty sure the guy who was in charge of the place is a guy called Ralgrim.
Whatever you say.
Boy, you're a little patronizing here. You got some spit and vinegar. What's going on, woman?
Well, no, because if you say he's Ralgrim, he's Ralgrim.
Ah.
Who am I to tell you who he is?
Oh, so a little bit of kiss me, Kate, is rubbing off on you, eh? I could see us together if you were a dragon.
Yes,
He's
I
got
know.
that book somewhere.
Anyway, I brought him here as a gift.
Good. You can just leave him there. We'll take care of that later. What can I do for you? Usually there's a bidding that comes with this.
No, I have nothing.
Oh,
To ask
in that
you.
case, you know where the door is. Have a great life.
Just a moment.
At the back of the.
And she speaks the word that she has for her up and at him.
And as you do so,
Cord will
as you do so,
Get up on-
he scribes his claw across the sky and says, "I'm so disappointed, but not too surprised." As Cord jumps back to his feet.
aha. Yes.
What's the matter?
Regulus,
What's the
old
matter,
friend.
What's the matter, Brob? You didn't think that I would recognize
Right.
you? We had a deal.
Yes, of course. Yes, old friend. I'm here.
Good. Then what's the problem?
Oh, you're killing and destroying villages of my
That's
hometown.
according to the agreement we reached.
No, it's not.
Sure it is, because it keeps me from having to tell them about your cowardice in the face of the hags.
Right. I'm gonna step forward and try to grapple Regulus.
Okay.
You see, wait a moment. You do realize
As you step forward, you got to beat the DC 15 draconic presence first of all.
Okay.
That's a wisdom save,
And
and it's in his lair, so it's at disadvantage.
Okay. First roll, I got a 15, and then I roll with disadvantage, and I get a 19.
Okay, so now you can close with him. You're going to try to grapple a huge creature. So
I am large, so I can.
I get it. Go ahead. Roll to grapple.
That's a 19, and that's a 6 because I had advantage. Because I forgot to mention, I wand of bull strength myself. So I got.
I didn't hear the wand of bull strength.
Okay, fine. No advantage. I'll roll again. That's a 16 plus 11. That's a 27. Basically, I'm just gonna walk up to him and hug him underneath his front claws and lift his front section up.
Well, that's your attempt. I get to roll my dice here. So let's see what that
Okay.
says.
Should use the wand of bull strength.
Yeah. Would have made it easier, wouldn't it?
No, but I can do something if I move up to you.
Okay.
And she moves up to
Basically,
you.
as I talk to him, I'm gonna like wrestle him. Hopefully, he thinks it's cute.
He actually beats you on the strength roll, so you don't budge him at all.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's like you grab
Alright.
the horse and you grab it and you try to struggle and it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
What's your action, Gene?
I touch him with bull strength.
Okay, so next round you'll get the bull strength modifier.
Yes, Regulus.
And both of you get to make your dexterity saving throws against the breath weapon.
Okay.
Okay. That's 11. I fail.
So if you make the save, it's 26 points of damage. Otherwise, it's 52 points of damage.
Okay, 52. All right.
Whoosh! Flames licking
Wait,
glare.
Give me a second. I need to find out her.
My dex is +2.
The DC is a 17.
DC is 17. Reflex save is. No, that's the wrong character. No, it is. Yeah, that's the wrong character. I said, what do you mean my reflex save is 19? It was my rogue.
Yeah.
A reflex save. What was the reflex save?
17.
Okay, made it on the nose.
Okay, so
Whew.
26 points of damage.
All right, thank you.
Hey, I got my ass scorched off over here.
Whoosh! Well, you are grappling right at his chest, so he just looked down and spit
okay,
at you.
that's good.
Whoosh!
I can eat a salad.
Come into my house, will you? Grab me by my flesh, will you?
We had a deal, Regulus. You wouldn't
I'm
touch this
keeping the
stupid
deal.
village.
1/3 of the valley was mine.
I'm changing that deal right here, right now.
Well, you'd have to also take it up with the hags because they got the other third. They opened the place up for those nary.
Once I finish here, I'll go talk to them.
Yeah. You're going about this all wrong, sir. We handled this in the way we normally did, and now you go and mess this up by being all chaotic. What the hell? Sure, you guys' actions. What do you guys do in this round?
Mary's
I
gonna
heal
bull
him.
strength me.
Yeah, I'm
she
gonna-
did that.
I
That was her
did it.
action from last round. So what's she doing this round?
I did
Oh, okay.
Bear's endurance.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So she's making you even tougher.
All right.
And
me
your
roll
action,
again.
You're gonna okay.
No, the only thing I don't have is a large person.
That's a nat 1, and then that's a 8. Plus 11 is 19,
And
which beats an adult dragon's armor class.
but I got a 12 plus 9 is a 19, so he basically shrugs you off.
I mean, we tie.
Okay, well that
Oh.
means you're still holding him around the middle, and you're not moving him. He goes,
All right.
really?
Yeah, really.
So he's gonna claw bite you.
I'm here to hug. I'm not here to.
Wrong dice.
I'm here to come to an agreement with you. I need to roll my 2d6 for the bear's endurance. There's an extra 10 hit points.
First claw hit is a 25.
That will hit.
Second claw will miss, and now more importantly, the bite. Bite's gonna miss too. So got a frickin' 15. So yeah, with that one claw, that's a D12. 8 additional points of damage from the claw.
All right.
He's trying to position it to get you both in the breath weapon again, but because she moved, it's a little harder.
Once I have him like grappled, I'm gonna just like try and like. I don't know. I'm gonna try and talk him down. That's what I'm gonna do.
You're not talking to Regulus, we knew.
I know, which is why I'm going to try and grapple him.
You told me once.
Well,
you
you
had a
grappled him.
problem.
You successfully grappled him because you tied. You have me in a
Okay.
hold, but we're neither one going anyplace because you can't get him. He's got too much mass. You can't flip him or anything. So
My carrying capacity is now with the bull strength. My maximum lift is 4,800 pounds. So 2.25 tons.
Probably won't shift a great dragon. Let's
Fair
say
enough.
a
Just-
mature
just-
adult.
I mean, fire giants weigh 7 tons, and they are terrestrial, and dragons can fly, and it's the same size class as a fire giant.
yeah.
By my myths, it should move.
Well, it does, but the reason why there's a counterbalanced die roll is that you don't get advantage on it. So you just swing him around, but he's still holding his relative. He's holding his own in the hold because you didn't
overcome
you didn't
him.
overcome his
Right.
number.
Regulus, I'm willing to pay you tribute. I'm willing to make you the official owner of this valley. I need you to stop destroying villages. You hear me?
Once they start paying homage, I don't destroy them anymore. It's only the ones that didn't. The ones that held to your weird heraldric viewpoint that you were the Brobdingnag that ended up getting them killed. It is your fault.
I want to give this diplomatic immunity. There should be no threat from you, Regulus. What's the deal?
You didn't voice that to your people. You remember you're one who now takes what you want. So
Regulus,
if you're wanting respect, you've earned it. You can let go of me now. I'm not going to. I don't need to burn you a second time. I mean, a fricasseed giant.
Fine.
Is,
I'm going to release him, and I'm going to step back. Regulus, I'm willing to make tribute to you if you stop destroying villages.
sure.
And also the hags.
I think 8% is fine. As far as the hags are concerned, they're not. They're easier to work with than you would think. They're very much interested in gathering gravelings for some reason.
Is the way to Mirrorvale, has that tunnel collapsed?
It had, but they have the Neri, and so they brought the Neri over, and so the Neri have been tunneling. Remember, that's the folks that live inside the mirror
All right,
realm.
All right.
Yeah, matter of fact, they're excavating above that too. They're excavating
Came
the
in
top of the mountain.
that village.
What's that?
And the bargain I made with Greg.
Oh,
I knew-
you're
You
breaking
talk.
You're breaking up.
You were breaking up, so we kind of caught
Okay.
half words.
Came here to say if you touch those land or kill anyone, I will come back and I will get you.
Oh, I'm not. Like I said, I'm perfectly fine with 25%.
We say
Eight. You said 8%.
yes, 8%. I want to see this in writing.
8%.
You said
Yes.
8%.
8%.
All right.
I stand as witness.
All right. 8%. No cutting corners, and if somebody does, I do get a chance to scorch their property if I can't kill them.
Yes, it's fine.
A burned field is worth that. Okay.
If you touch my Goliath, I will come back and there will be bloodshed.
Yep, and there'll be a dead Goliath, but that won't change much. But yes, I understand. It's hard to train a
All right, okay, Mary. Let's get out of here.
It's hard to train a good Brobdingnag like yourself.
Do you really wish to leave?
Yeah, he's done. He got what he wanted, which is no more killing, and he gets 8%. That's such a powerful leader.
That's
Okay, I'm back.
yeah, you're back. Are you sure you want to leave?
Me?
Oh, yeah, let's come to think about it. let's leave. And can I step from here now that the anti-life shield is down?
No, you have to leave his chamber.
I have to leave this
Yeah,
chamber.
you have to go
Okay.
out. You have to go out to the main entry before you can step away.
Okay. So she walks with him.
Okay.
She does a detect magic to just make sure he doesn't pop it up and kill us both.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Okay.
Okay. Step away to where? Back to Bridgeton?
All right. As soon as you step away,
You want to go to Hell Vault or Bridgeton?
I'll
You
go
better
to stop by
inform them.
help.
Okay, stop by Hell Vault. They go, you survived! The dragon must be dead! Hooray! We killed the dragon! Yay! The dragon is dead on the mountain.
You'll have to tell him. She's standing alongside of you,
Uh-huh.
kind of like you're conscious.
I
You get
froze
that?
up. And what was the
Their response was, hooray! The dragon must be dead. Our king has returned. Yay! The dragon's dead. The dragon on the mountain is dead. Yay!
Mary holds up her hand. Listen to the words. of the
Everyone,
dragon.
what I said? What did I say? I said I'm off. I did not kill Regulus.
Really?
I revised our contract.
What? So you're leaving him in power?
I'm not yet strong enough to kill Regulus.
You're almost a god. How can you not be powerful enough to kill Regulus? He's only a
Because-
dragon.
No, he's more than a dragon.
Yeah. I never claimed to be strong enough to kill Regulus.
Okay. May
Yeah,
I
but
speak
you
for
you said you were going to go take care of it and work this out. And now you're
Regulus.
leaving him in power?
Regulus, if Regulus attacks again, I will slay him. Or die trying. You have my
Well,
word.
What kind of a deal did you make with him?
He is not to touch any of you. And we have to pay a % tribute.
What? What? Like we're a vassal nation? The next thing you say you gave him the valley.
No. Did I? Wait, did I?
You did.
Yes, I did. He owns the valley.
So this is no longer the Valley of Hellvault. This is now the Valley of Regulus.
Yes. Yes.
Wow, you're some leader.
Yeah, I know.
A real descendant of a giant would have at least died trying.
You have safety. What else do you want?
Oh, and a Ben Franklin lookalike steps forward and says, "A person who gives up liberty in favor of security deserves neither."
I cut out. What did you say?
It's actually a Ben Franklin quote. A person who gives up freedom in favor of security deserves neither.
Okay, Halvald. Okay.
We're not Hellwall. We're now the Valley of the Dragon.
I messed up. I apologize.
Well, you can fix this when you decide to come back and slay the dragon and liberate us.
Please let me go adventure Helvald Regulus, so that I may gain more strength and kill this threat. Please.
Sure. You're gonna do what you want anyway. We will
Oh,
definitely
well-
protect. We will protect your memory, and your vault is still here.
Maybe the guns are protected in the vault.
No, they're rusted, Mary. It's a time thing. Helvald, if
Actually,
you
no,
elect,
no, she's right. If you remember,
The
the
vault
vault's
is
got
out
that
of-
stupid cat, and it's operating outside of time.
oh,
So yes, you could go back in and get reloads and get rid of
I'd
get
take
a new
the
gun.
gun. I'd take it with you when you go down to meet the Tarrasque. It is kind of a fearsome weapon.
I mean the guns work okay on mortals, but like with the hags, I didn't do much against a magical
Of
creature.
course, I don't know if your you make yourself larger again, whether you can even use it. But if we use a spell to increase its size, I don't know if it would increase because it's an other weapon. It,
I failed, Mary.
No,
that's
you
what
just proved which side of the line you're on. Think of it that way.
What's that?
you're not.
What?
You
You're
were
not
presented.
chaos.
You were presented with an either or. Today was a test of your resolve to become a god. Are you willing to
Right.
take the long route and do it the right way and be lawful about it, or are you willing to take a shortcut?
Wait, which way did I choose?
Long.
The long way, obviously.
God
The shortcut.
damn
The
it!
shortcut would have been to kill the dragon.
You
I don't
would
think I
have.
could have.
You
That's a
didn't
matter
even.
of your own faith.
I mean, he could cast a field that instantly kills you.
Does he, or does the faith was that field in his lair?
Uh, I, I don't like. Well, like,
You didn't know. I don't know. We were faced with something, and we're kind of shorthanded with in the magical line, and we're shorthanded in the magical line anyway because we just don't have
Right.
anybody
So
a
for
high level.
clarification, this was, as I said, this was just simply a test by the powers of the gods to see whether or not you were wanting to take the short course or the long course. If you wanted the short course, the spirit of Neath told you all you got to do is take what you want.
I don't. I didn't have enough faith in myself, though.
That's true. To be a
So
deity,
let's
somebody else has to have faith in you. You better have faith in yourself first.
Oh boy.
court.
What?
So
Remember, I consult patients. All
because of the fact that you survived this and didn't die, you both are going. That was a benchmark.
Oh, I get to get
Whoa.
an 18th level cleric.
Wait, really? I get to level up?
Yes.
So
Wow.
now I am officially 20th level, but I'm 18th level cleric and a second level
Paladin.
paladin.
Okay.
I have
And Cord has reached Paragon.
well, actually, oh
I know. I'm just saying formally, he reached the maximum level he can be within
yeah,
D&D rules.
I have 2 more levels to reach
Right.
before I do that.
Okay. All
And
right.
I promised myself that I
But
would.
yes,
reach-
this like I said, this was a test of your moral resolve. Because you summoned Vol itself, which is power for power's sake can include chaos. And so a creature of chaos came down pretending to be a creature of law and tried to lure you into taking the shortcut. When given the opportunity to take the shortcut, it felt like you were almost going to take it. Because when you said, okay, he's dead, I'm going up to kill Regulus, I thought, yes, the dark side has won, and you will become a chaos god. But when you got up there and were faced with it, you showed a level of control. Maybe it was self-doubt, but maybe it was actually discipline that said, this isn't right. This is not how I want to gain power.
I don't know. The long way is kind of a pain, if I'm being honest. I mean, I'm not gonna just try and kill Regulus in a petty attempt on the way out of the valley like an idiot. But I mean,
No, Cord.
It's
What?
just something for you to chew on. Plus,
Yeah.
we added a whole new dynamic to Miri because we've got this new personality that's trying to get her to her objectives against her own will, which is hysterical. No, I don't want to do it this way. But we must find you a spouse. We must. We must get you into the family way.
I've been there.
So
Yeah, you've been there. Been there, done that.
I mean, like, the robotic arm
Yep.
gave me what I wanted, but
yep.
not in the way I wanted it.
Alrighty,
Oh,
it's
and-
9:56. I need to take off and get out of here. Thank you
Okay.
guys for playing. Thank you to the stream for watching with us. Watch for our next escapades the next time we play, and